Shalom, family. Shalom, 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 family. Shalom to you. Shalom, shalom. Let's try and get the video in there. Excuse me. Shalom, family. Shalom. Look at this, family. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Right. It is rough right now. Shalom to you, family. Shalom to you. Shalom to you. Trying to get some holding music here. Something to hold screen. So shalom to all of you, family. Shalom. Just give me a second again. Shalom to all family. Shalom to you over here. Right. Say. Let's have a look. Shalom to you all family. Shalom, shalom. I hope all of you are right, family. I hope all of you are right. Me myself been sort of struggling with a cold for the last few days, but hey, just getting on with what we have to do. Absolutely. Holiday. What's it called again? Yeah, Easter. Yes, absolutely. We got our own things, right? We got our own things. That's what makes it sad, really, being in a place like this, because it's hard to get that instant community feeling, instant nation feeling where we go into celebration mode on our own terms, on our own things, things that edify our own spirituality, our own creator, our own real reality, destination, vision. So yeah, that's well said right there. People are getting ready for that pagan holiday Easter. Yes, GSH everything. Shalom to you. Shalom, shalom. Matt reports. Shalom to you. Shalom to you. Abdin Nassar. Salam alaikum to you too, brother. Sheikh Kanai bin Israel. Yeah, is the Passover tomorrow evening there. Yeah, I think it starts depending on who's picking it up from today or yesterday. Where are you at anyway? Are you in the States, are you? Right. Right. Yeah. What's that? 2018 now, aren't we, family? Let me just fix my camera first. I hope this thing picks up. Just give me a second, family. Try and get my camera into operation if it will actually let us do something. Oh, come on. Oh, there you go. Right. Okay. So we go here. I put a filter in there. Right. Okay. Right, family. Let me see if I can get here. Right. So shalom to all of you, family. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I hope you're all alright. Okay, I think that's alright now, yeah. Where are we today? Yeah. Right, and yeah. Right, where was we again? Give me a second, family. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, what's it called? Who was I asking the question again? Yeah, Shekinah ben Israel. Yeah, Passover started here. this year started here uh this evening today. Yeah, today Friday evening here, Shabbat evening here, and yeah, goes up till tomorrow, right? So that's here. I don't know your time zone over there. Is your time zone saying differently? Baba Shekaniah, is your time zone saying any different? Let me know. Let me run the greetings for all the family in the house at the moment. Young Pradeep, bless up to you. Shalom, shalom over here to you. Shalom over here to all of you. GSH, everything. Shalom over here to you. Brian, shalom, shalom over here to all of you. CC Crits, shalom to you. Shalom over here. Matt's report. Shaka G, shalom, shalom to all of you. Russity, New York, shalom to you, shalom to you. All family, shalom to all of you. Abdul Nasser, Islam, salam alaikum, shalom of you to you too. Box 101, yeah, I feel slightly better. Yeah, I just been doing what do you call it? Work and all that in different hours. So hey, but yeah, we're getting on with it. Yeah, I've got that cup of tea in front of me. I think it's a herbal one. I can't remember which one I chose this evening, but yeah, I've had like three different cups of tea this evening. I can't even remember their names. I go upstairs, I look in the tea box or tea boxes. I don't even know. I just go by color. My mind's always somewhere else when I'm choosing stuff like that. I'm probably thinking of one or two different things that like, what am I gonna put in there besides the tea itself? Am I gonna put some cumin, coriander, maybe ginger or some what's the other one now? Bicarbonate soda. Any of you check out bicarbonate soda. It's supposed to be really helpful for the body. It's not medical advice from me to you. This is just what I find to work for me, because I understand we gotta have disclaimers on these things anyway. But yeah, we hope to like be doing some health and wealth kind of training and talks on the HIT as we go along. So we'll be bringing people in to talk about tea and health and wealth. So yeah, that should be right. So family, thanks for that concern there. Thank you very much. Yeah, and it doesn't help with the weather here, where from one day to the next it can change like from being 10 to like 10 to I don't know 15 or 18, and snow outside one minute, rain outside the next minute, warm inside, and and then chilly and cold, and it's like, oh boy, my body hardly has time to kind of like just get it right. So um yeah, but we're getting on with it, family. So shalom to you again. Shalom to you again. Box 101, thank you very much. Feel better, yes, thank you. Yeah, drinking that herbal tea, might report. Lady Divine, shalom to you, shalom, shalom. What Betty Ward, shalom to you, sis. You're right, sis. You're right, shalom to you. What get there? Imran J, shalom, shalom, shalom to you, shalom to you. Shalom to you. Dean, shalom to you. Shalom, shalom. Terry Davis, shalom. Hope all your families are all right, family. Andy, shalom to you. Shalom to all your families. Brother Kazan, shalom to you. Shalom. How are you, brother? I hope your end over there is warmer as well. Shalom to you, brother. How are you? Let me know if you got time to join us on the platform. Yeah. Shalom to you, brother. Janice, Richie, Manuka, yeah, they cost an arm and a leg over here. Manuka, honey, cost the arm and a leg over here. I don't know. That's why I got to get back to Africa, family. When I was down in Africa, there is some honey down there, family. Oh boy, oh wow, it's just beyond imagination. The honey that was down in Africa was just like, it was like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's raw, like, I don't know where it's just coming out of some out of some trees or what. Not even bees. It's coming out of some trees, and the honey was, it was, You know, like when you read inside the Bible and you hear that that John and even our Messiah was just dieting on honey, then you'll understand. So yeah, that Manuka honey thing. Thanks a lot, Janice, Richie. Yeah, when I can afford it over here, cause you know, once I get it, you just want to keep scooping it, don't you? Like, you know, one spoon in the morning, one in the evening. It lasts what, a week, and that's like nothing in between at the moment. It's like, you know, hey, so shalom, yeah, shalom for that. Zulu blood, shalom to you, shalom, shalom. How's all your families? I see Sekar, shalom to you, shalom. How's all your families, family, right? Yeah, UK weather is raining all day long. Yeah, that's how it is. Yes, brother Kazan. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Be expecting you, Andy. Shalom to you, Lady Divine. Uh, yeah. Okay. Wow. Where did you go, Lady Divine? Where'd you go? Let us know. You know, keep us in the loop on that one. Let's know what the vibration is on the ground back there. How are you anyway? How's family as well? Long time no hear. See, wonder why. So maybe that's why, isn't it? So shalom to you again. Um, okay, Shekinah. Yeah, it must be just the time zone difference, right? The zone different is probably just what it is. And obviously, yeah, that's all it is most of the time, isn't it? So hey, um, right, Imran, yeah, Imran, Imran, where are you? Imran J, where are you? What part of the world are you at right now? So I can understand what you're saying. Yeah. Are you anywhere near Africa right now? In Africa right now, or somewhere with some beautiful sunshine and vibranium? Are you somewhere with vibranium right now? Yeah. Okay. Um. Oh, Janice, blessings to you from Scotland. Yeah. Absolutely. We love Scotland up there. We love Scotland up there. You know, one of these days, I'm hoping I'll be able to take a trip up in Scotland again. It's been a while. It's been a while. Wow. We love Scotland. All our love to Scotland up there anyway. Janice. If you find pure Scottish, don't laugh at me, yeah, for ignorance sake. But if you find pure Manuka, pure Scottish Manuka honey, let us know down here, all right? Let us know what's going on there. If you got your own bees up there making the honey, hey, you know, let us know, let us know, let us know. Tunisia, Lady Divine, absolutely, absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Titans TV, you got to come in. You got to come in. Don't get off right now. I need your voice, even if it's for 5 minutes. All right. Brother Kalam, I need your voice in, even if it's for 5 minutes. Last time I came on your show, I didn't have time to stay, and when I tried to get in, it was jam packed. So apologize for that. I apologize for that. I didn't try to just shift away that quick. So come in for 5 minutes if you can, and if it suits your everything you need to do, if it suits that, but regardless, just you can just say hi to the fam on live voice. Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do that right now. Yeah, I'm going there right now. So, where are we here? Where are we here? Right. Okay. Right. I'm gonna do that right now, brother Kalam. Subject. Right. Praise. Shalom. Shalom. Right. Yeah. Family, just give me a second. just sending this out to brother Kalam. Uh, just before I, mess it up again, invite to you, please. Okay. Okay, I hope this goes. Send it. Right, that was set. One of the first times I can do such things and it goes. It goes without like complications, family. So yeah. Yeah, Brother Callum, that's gone out sweet. So yeah, please let me know if you at least get it, yeah? Just so I can be ready for you calling it. Call in anytime you can, even right ASAP. We can get kicking because obviously there are issues. There are issues and issues, but Brother Ty, I'm just naturally live. It's just live, i.e., we don't do like trying to prepare to answer questions. Not saying we don't prepare, but don't choreograph things like yeah I gotta be. No, we just like you meet me on the street, I'm just the same. You meet me on the street, I'm just the same. I'm just the same, family. So any of you who wants to join us with respect and honor as we always do with each other, please feel free, let us know. So send in your email, because what we don't like is people who just take advantage of our life, of our love life, and start messing us up, and we don't even know them. They just come in and and do, and it's I don't cry on that kind of thing, but as much as you can, you try and keep your door locked against this kind of things, right? So love to all of you. Let me see if I can pick up some more names that I haven't called out and greeting yet. So yeah, that is Brother Titans, Callum. Shalom to you, and family, help me say shalom to Brother Callum of Titans there. Um, so hopefully we hear from him in a couple of minutes. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, Lady Divine. Lady Divine. Um, did you manage to? Oh yeah. Oh, okay, okay. I can read your comment now. Okay, I was reading the one down below. You wanted to go Libya, yeah? You wanted to go Libya. That's commendable. If you can, if you got a few minutes, let me know, and then come on the platform and and speak a few things, and let's know why. So I won't ask you like to type me answer, but if you can, if it's just your voice, if you can, then if you can't, then we'll just type your message and say, why did you want to go Libya? Why did you want to go Libya? Why? So, but if you can come live, let the people hear, because it's an uplifting moment for them to hear that a sister actually, who is a living being, actually wants to leave the comfort of the UK and just go and step on the land in Libya. That is commendable, even if it's just a thought in itself, because we've sent out invitation to some of our brothers who've been disrespectful, who does just running talk, saying we're on the front line. We're saying, look, if you're on the front line, come and prove to me. Come and prove to me. Then you can feel like Brother Ty feels when he's trying to correct you. Come and try and visit Libya. Come and try. Come and try and go Libya. Go visit. And then when you come back, tell me if you're going to be like, not more. It'd be Brother Ty trying to hold you down. It would be Brother Ty trying to hold you down. Like, no. Just chill. Just chill. So, when your Brother Ty saying this and that. So, Lady Divine, if you got a moment, if you got to go, give me a second, family. Give me a second, family. Give me a second, family. Okay, okay. I'm not slipping up on my what's it called here, on my administration right now. Okay, Brother Callum, I'm a just give me a second. Sorry, give me a second, Brother Callum. There we here. Yeah. Which one is the oh yeah. How do you do this thing again? So yeah, it's an add. Okay. Right. Okay. So right, Brother Callum, I'm sending out that call right now, yeah? Shalom there. What's this? Am I doing the right thing here? What's this?
Shalom, shalom. Can you hear me, Uncle?
Shalom, brother Kalam. You there? Can you hear me?
Shalom, shalom.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Shalom, shalom. Can you hear me, Uncle?
Shalom, brother Kalam. You there? Can you hear me?
Shalom, shalom. I can hear you.
Okay. I don't know because I think I've got this icon, and am I supposed to have my mic icon like not like what's it called crossed over like that? Let me see.
YouTube.
Let me see if
Let me see if I can try to fix this problem.
Let me try microphone. Oh boy, getting close now. Okay. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, give me a second, brother. I beg you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's working now.
Are you back? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, Uncle. I can hear you.
Yeah, brother, Callum. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Everything's ringing at the same time. How are you, brother?
I'm well, man. I'm well. I can't complain.
You sound slightly like you in the rain or something.
Serious. No, I'm home right now. I was celebrating Good Friday today, eating some good fish. So
right. Okay. Look, Bob. What are you up for? Like for the next few minutes, because you must have heard that I made some outreach to a couple of brothers. It didn't go the way I wanted it to go. Because I wanted to just ask them what their view was in being disrespectful in trying to reach out to you and to Sarah. And because of that, I put out the video to say, look, the way it's turning with who I call the IDL now sitting down Raspek to say, come and go against your own brothers, which was obvious. And he took the bait and did that. And I found that to be slightly like, so I try to reach him or, and maybe you and say, okay, let's hear this view so we can keep such a thing, whatever it is, at least indoor before it starts taking on new dimensions. But when he came on the show, it just became a whole mess, really. And then two more brothers came in just to do the same thing. So I know if it was you and the other brothers that I was trying to get into, I know there would have been more maturity in their language and their approach to whatever. Because ain't nobody's forced to come and talk about anything. So the least we can do is say, oh, brother, can I not talk about it now? Brother, can we talk about this in a closed circuit? Something like that. But the way it went was so disrespectful to the whole black community and to elders and elders of my generation. I'm sad for our future. So I wanted to get your views even before today, just so that we can start plugging the holes before things got to the level where we just don't know what's going on. So I don't know if you've managed to glimpse maybe a few minutes of the video I made on my channel, and I believe they made some video on their channel trying to correct themselves, and just to put your views in there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't seen both sides of the videos as of yet. I remember I was doing a live stream with Gabs that day, and I did catch a few, maybe about 20-30 minutes off that live stream, and I was pretty much appalled at the behavior and the lack of respect certain individuals were showing you. And it hurt my heart. Like, I wanted to speak up, I wanted to say something, But at the same time, I want to speak with these individuals in private before I say something out loud. But it just showed me that, how can I put it? Without being disrespectful, it doesn't seem that certain brothers have grown up in an African-based family.
Right.
Okay, because with side of African-based family, that type of behavior, I don't know. I can't raise my voice above my elders. It's impossible. I
Right.
can't even criticize my elders. That's impossible.
Excuse me.
I
Yeah.
could only just about, whisper sweet words here of, but maybe into my elders' ears. So
Absolutely.
I was just, I was very much so appalled. I actually said something on the live stream itself when I was doing it with Gabs. But I haven't seen the show that they actually did. After that one, I heard there was a live stream afterwards, but I haven't actually watched it to know what they actually said.
Right. I got some feedback from, you see, what I like is anyway, let me just say thank you first for just coming on. Yeah, I think I haven't, maybe in my oversight, family, do excuse me and forgive me. Let me do it the proper way. Brother Callum, of Callum Titans TV is live with us right now. So family, please help me welcome him with some respect on the channel. So please, send the respect of a shalom, of a greeting, of a salam alaikum, of a kabo, and everything to Baba Kalam right now, please, just so he feels welcome. Any of you who disagree with me, with him, or with any issue, it's not a problem. I'm not one of them elders who I think just because I have a different view, somebody else can't speak. Actually, I want you to speak more than I know. But let's just be respectful about it. Let's just be like, like it's a job interview, or you yourself as a businessman trying to recruit somebody. You would expect a certain type of language from their mouths. That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying don't disagree with me, don't teach me something, don't show me something I don't know. But where's just the simple respect? That's all we're saying. So please help me to welcome Brother Callum of Titans TV on. Like we said, me and Brother Callum ourselves don't agree on anything. I mean, don't agree on everything. But that don't mean that we have any kind of disrespect. There's no disrespect. I've spoken on Brother Callum maybe twice or three times, maybe twice, like serious, like real serious, yeah. But it's not a personal thing. It's a thing about information. It's a thing about information. And until I speak to somebody, I cannot disrespect that person. You can't find that with your brother Ty. You cannot. But there's rules of engagement. So help me welcome him. I'm impressed by his humility. Look, I'm impressed by the way he goes about trying to gather other brothers, even from within, what we would call Islam. And I can see with those brothers, the brothers that link with him, that speak with him, you can tell it's a different spirit. It's not, it's not this takia business. I don't care if they're trying to, if them kind of brothers, if they're also interested in saying, yeah, okay, we want Brother Callum to be like us. But their behavior has to be spot on. Their behavior has to be spot on. The other ones, I can't see spot on behavior. I don't want to be naming names, but the other ones that I call IDL, I cannot see any spot on behavior. I can't. I just can't. I don't. Somebody show me. So anyway, before I digress, Brother Kalam, thank you for coming on again. Blessings to you and all family. It's it's a serious problem that I got to this country. I got back to this country. I was born in this country. Yeah, late 60s. I spent a couple of years, like 4 years, then moved back to Africa, where I grew up to, to roughly about 20 before I left to go into the desert of Africa. That was my so-called half a university education. was just to go into a trip into Africa. Wild. I mean, wild. And we're talking 1989. So that's my education into the first touch outside of the world, like, you know. So I learned at home. I learned what is respect at home in Africa, Nigeria, West Africa, Ghana, Togo, Benin, everywhere. My mother, to put it out there, my mother was an ambassador for Nigeria, to put it out there. So I don't want any of you thinking, you know, I don't have no background that shows some kind of dignified behavior. I'm the least intelligent of all my brothers in terms of, like, you know, opening a book, because I'm not interested. I just don't have the interest. So, but what impresses me the most is behavior, people's behavior, their humility, their love, their kindness, their generosity, their problem solving capabilities. That's all I seek. I don't see it with his brothers. So when Brother Kalam is now saying this African way, which is our way, you know, Brother Kalam, is that fair to ask you to elaborate a little bit? Is it fair?
Yeah, definitely.
Please,
You
brother.
know, growing up, I've realized certain things like, you know, especially when we come into this country, we start to adopt, you know, foreign ideas and foreign cultures, where other cultures may be speaking to their elders in a certain way, which is, you know, pretty much foreign to us. I know, you know, when I first came to this country, I was just walking on the streets, and every older person, no matter what color you are, black, white, Asian, mixed race, you know, I would always greet them with a smile. I would always say hello. You know, even up to this day, we still greet our elders first. We don't wait for our elders to greet us. We
Right.
make sure we open up our mouths to greet our elders first.
Right.
So, you know, I think certain people have been, you know, acculturated in this particular society where all of those values have depleted from itself. And, you know, we need to touch back base. We need to touch home. We need to touch our roots, where, you know, certain activities just couldn't quite possibly carry on. You know, even up to this day right now, my aunties will still, you know, crack little jokes with me and tell me, you know, you might be big, but you're still not too big for me to, you know, grab your ears and bring you down to size.
Wow,
You
look
know,
at that.
if one of my aunties now says, come here to touch my ears to bring me down, I have to go there and bring my ears to bring myself down to their level for them to give me a slap if I'm doing something wrong. It's
Wow.
just the way it is.
Wow.
So I'm baffled. Like for me, my parents, you know, I've got my, you know, my mother, she literally watches this show, my shows.
Wow.
So anything that's going on, she will tell me about the dramas and all sorts that's going on, you know, whether it's in America, whether it's in the UK, and whatever the case is. So I know I've got my mother watching these shows. I've got my family members watching these shows. So I know I'm constantly being watched. I'm not just constantly being watched by our audience members who might be in Scotland, Wales, Germany, America, and so forth, but I've actually got my, you know, core family members watching these shows. So there's no way they've known me a certain way, and there's no way I'm going to act out of character that my, you know, my mother watching these shows be like, huh?
Right.
Like, what's this? Who are
Right.
you? Like,
Yeah.
it's impossible.
Right.
So I think some of us, we've lost our heritage, we've lost our culture, we've lost our customs.
Exactly.
And to me, it's just shocking. It's actually shocking what I'm seeing.
Exactly. You know, as a young man, yeah, in Nigeria, I used to be very wayward. Yeah? I used to be very wayward. I soon learned what humility was, in terms of, like, how we can hurt each other when we're not humble. You see. So I learned service, I learned humility, and I learned what was seniority. You know, back home in Nigeria, seniority is an hour thing. If somebody's older you by 1 hour or by 1 minute, that's it. They're your elder. I've got a twin brother. I came out like 15 minutes before him. But because the culture of twins dictates that the one who came out first is just the errand boy. The one who stayed in longer is the elder, because he sends the younger one
to go and do something, which is to go and check out the world. So I've got to, when we're around family and I'm starting to misbehave to him, they always let me know that he's your elder brother, even though I'm older than him by, I came out first, which is like 15 minutes early, or earlier than him. So that's how much important it is. So some people go into the Bible and they see the birthright being carried over from Jacob, from Esau onto Jacob, and they don't understand these things. They don't understand. They think it's a European concept. No, it's an African concept. The birthright that Esau sold to Jacob. So family, this is the perspective there. That elderliness, if it's half a second, it's still something. So when my older brother, and I've got two more older brothers, when they send you to do something, it's like your father send you to do something. When their friends send you to do something, it's like your father send you to do something. And that's just your older brother. Never mind your uncles and your aunts, who's starting 10 years older than you, who looked after you, who washed your bum, who changed your nappy, who took you to school, who cooked your dinner. Because at the age of 7, 8, 9, our girls, our boys can do all of those things. They can look after another child. So they become like a parent, while their parents go and get busy with more important things. Am I lying here, Brother Kalam?
That's facts. That's right.
So how can I disrespect somebody who I know that, like we have in England or the Western world now? Our parents, because of time and the structure of the system, they want to go to work, they want to go here, they want to go there. They can't drag the children there for certain reasons. So they get a babysitter. We were babysat by people who were 5 years older than us. And they would do all things, wipe your ass, put food in your mouth. Some of them couldn't even cook. They can cook. And they're only a few years older than you. So you're learning to understand that somebody don't need to be 40 years old to be your parent. Because a parent just simply means who is looking after you. So that's the culture we have. So we respect everybody. If I met Brother Kalam, I don't say, yo, Brother Kalam, what's your age? No. I would know his age by how he talks to me. I would know his age and his discipline and his background and even his future. I would know it by how he talks to me, how he relates to me. So when people start coming to say, yeah, Brother Tai, we're men too, we're men. Men got to have the best behavior to start off. And once you start, you go off, you can't, any of you who, any of these brothers, they're free to come back. They're free to come back. Right now, they're free to come back, to join and just say a few words. Not to fight any of us. That's not that, no. But to say a few words. Either if Brother Kalam wants to take their words, listen to them or say a few things here, and then we can continue, close doors later. But any one of them is free to come and speak. But let's just have the respect, the decorum. You can't show me anywhere where I've been speaking to someone and I've disrespected them like that without them having done anything. Because where I grew up, that's the code. When somebody opens their mouth to disrespect somebody's father, then their father should get in the ring. I can have some of these people as children. So if that can happen, why would I want to get in the ring with you? I want to get in the ring with your dad. I'm somebody's father too. If you see some of my children too, you will respect me. And if you can't, then why are you crying? Why are you crying? Because somebody said your father is a liar. Why are you crying? I thought you should be more upset if somebody said the creator is a liar. But you don't get upset with that. You get upset with your father being called a liar, which is a fact. All our fathers have always been liars, even mine. So why are you upset with that? I've heard some of you who get upset say worse things about people you've never met before, but they don't come back and say anything. I listened to a brother in America calling Michael Jackson a pedophile. I don't know if Michael Jackson is a pedophile. I don't know. He may well be. I don't know. But he was getting upset when another man was calling his leader a pedophile. Brother Kalam, you hearing me? I don't know if Brother Kalam's still there. Yeah, did you hear what I just said?
I'm hearing
Yeah, I can drop the names.
yeah.
I can drop the names here just for the lightening up of the mood, so people can see. It's the brother Young Pharaoh. Yeah, Young Pharaoh. He was calling some elders. I think even some of them are already gone past, i.e., they've transited. He called one or two of them a pedophile, and then this brother in that organization, the Nation of Islam, he was so upset. He came back saying, Pharaoh, you could get yourself killed for what you said. And he's almost threatening the boy's life. But then a few days later, I'm listening to him saying, Michael Jackson's a pedophile. Like you were in the room with him. So, if you go and report on Michael Jackson being a pedophile, why can't somebody else report on your leader being a pedophile? Brother Kalam, am I spitting sense, or am I?
You're making sense. It's again, I think our people are so detached from, our traditional society where we have our elders, no matter if they're a few minutes, an hour older than you, you still show them respect. I'm still hearing stories that my pops tells me about, one of his cousins that is literally a millionaire, but his cousin, if there's no woman there, like his cousin will say, no, you sit down, you're in my house, I'm going to wash up the dishes because you're older than me.
Wow.
And I have to show you that respect.
Wow.
And then again, there is, we have obviously the elders, and above the elders themselves, we have, what we consider to be the ancestors. And, it's shocking how we can actually denigrate the ancestors, those that came before us, that actually paved the way, that continue to inspire us, that laid the foundation for us. And you actually have the audacity to, say these types of things about them. And especially with no evidence. Fair enough, they are these things and you actually provide the evidence and show it, then fair enough. But when you don't have any evidence and you're saying all these negative things about them, like it's very hurtful. I listen to Young Pharaoh. I used to listen to some of them. And after about 5 minutes, I just have to switch off.
Wow.
I literally have to switch off. I can't take it.
And
it's just numbing brain cells.
And I don't know if I want to put you on the spot by saying, can you tell us why you get put off by him? Or should I just help you say it?
Well, again, every other, let's see, every other 6 words I'll count. Every other 6 words, it's mother effing this, F this, F this.
Look at that.
I can't take the profanity. I really can't take the profanity. It's like, is this what's going to be, leading our, the next generation? Is this the ideas? Is this the verbiage that our next generation are going to be growing up on and actually reiterating amongst their peers, let alone amongst their parents? I can't deal with that. And it's a lot of ignorance as well that they're just coming out with.
Right.
So the bad character and the ignorance, I can't deal with it.
Right. I mean, look at that.
And I don't mean to be hating. I'm not trying to hate on the
No. I'm here with you.
It does.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, brother.
He does put in the work, but I'm just speaking me personally. Of course, on my channel there's certain rules like no profanity. So listening to him do all of that, doesn't sit right with me. You already know it. I don't have to say it explicitly. That young Pharaoh doesn't really warm to my heart. But you know, if one of my rules is no profanity, and you're hearing profanity constantly, if one of my rules is, to always source and provide your evidence, and these types of things here, come on, you know already that I don't really go for those types of individuals. And if you know, I always show respect to my elders and those people who came before me, regardless if I agree or disagree with them. I still have to show them that respect, regardless.
Wow. Thank you for that. And just like Brother Kalam said, I'm also reaching out to Brother Young Pharaoh, because I've dropped your name maybe 2 times in this sort of thing, whilst I was trying to stand up also for you, because you know what happened, Brother Kalam, here? All in the same week. Let me first say to Brother Young Pharaoh, should he ever, run across what we're saying, this ain't nothing personal, brother, okay? I know you're a young brother. I know you're a seriously young brother, okay? That's not a barrier to being able to talk. But, there's certain things you gotta do because of your posterity. You gotta protect your integrity for the future. In the future, they probably won't even be able to listen to you at all because of all the profanities in your language. Mothers won't be able to listen. Daughters won't be able to listen. Even your own daughter won't be able to listen to your things in the future. Never mind our sisters, because we're moving up. We're moving away from, so-called street. Yeah, we've been victims, but we need to move away from that. We can't be doing things that keep causing, this kind of clear, outright war. Outright war. You can't put those kind of words and be talking about our elders. I don't disagree. I don't agree with them in everything they're teaching, but I respect them. I respect Minister Farrakhan. I respect him. I don't agree with the side he's taking in the so-called Bible and Quran. I don't. But I agree with the core principles of morality he's trying to promote. So when you're mentioning his name and the names of his elders, and in the same vein, you're saying mother F this, mother F that, it's, to me, oh boy. So we're not blaming you. We're just trying to say, brother, do like some of your elders are doing right now. Copy the best type of person and do what you're doing in a clean language. Like Brother Ty is trying to do. I was telling a story how the first F word came into my mouth. Like, I don't know how many years ago, 1990 something in this country. It was a shattering moment for me because I thought that could never happen to me. But the stress of this country and the conflict, which is every day, just got into my mouth and I uttered the F word. I'm like, it's over for me. They can't even hear that back home and be like, oh, look what our son has become. So, brother Young Pharaoh, it's nothing personal. Like Brother Kalam said, it's absolutely nothing personal. So let's leave it there. So let's move on. Next thing I wanted to say, Brother Kalam, is, I, for some reason, was kind of going through, you want to check something in one video, then it leads you to another one and leads you to another one. So I saw something happening in the States. And that was whilst I was looking at what was going on in the UK, Tommy Robinson coming down Speaker's Corner for freedom of speech protection. That's what Tommy Robinson came down to Speaker's Corner for. Can I ask you to verify if that's true or not? First thing.
That's true. That was the premise he came down to Speaker's Corner with.
Right. Did he come down trying to bash anybody's religion or anybody's race? Is that why he came down?
Nothing like that at all. Just because a particular individual, well, a few individuals weren't allowed into the country. One of them was giving it to him, given the explicit reason as that they were going to meet Tommy Robinson, hence they did the country. Another one, was stated for other reasons as well. And it was literally a infringement and stopping the freedom of speech. So the whole tagline of Tommy Robinson coming down was, they can stop the speaker, but they cannot stop the speech.
Right.
His whole campaign was all to do with freedom of speech, nothing to do with religion, nothing to do with race, nothing really to do with politics, except from freedom of speech.
Right. So there you have it, family, because that's what I also tried to get through to people who were trying to spin it and then say, you know, Kalam, Big Bro is validating Tommy as a racist EDL. But when you really want to take emotion away from it, Brother Kalam ain't running out there to hug a racist. He's running out there because we've been on an onslaught down at Speaker's Corner concerning freedom of speech. When Big Bro was trying to defend freedom of speech, none of you came to our rescue to say, yeah, that's right, that's right. When Big Bro then sees somebody else trying to also protect freedom of speech, he found it as a dutiful thing to do. It don't mean he agree with everything Tommy stands for, but who does? But that freedom of speech that's been on the onslaught in Speaker's Corner, especially, which is like, you know, the freest place you can be to have a freedom of speech, because nobody can come in Speaker's Corner and say they don't like you reading the Bible, or they don't like you being a Marxist or a socialist or a communist, or even say words that people can't utter in other countries, like, you know, F off to the Queen. You can't say that in other countries, not even in a toilet. But some of you still come down Speaker's Corner and you're free to say that. That's what these brothers were trying to stand up for. That's why it was what's it called now? Important that even somebody who is white of this country should be standing up for that same freedom of speech. That puts smiles on our mouth, because we ourselves are under some onslaught where some people are coming down and trying to make their religion take over. I don't have any problem with Islam if Islam keeps in a place which gives other people room to breathe. They have room to breathe. We got to have room to breathe too. I know I can show you videos of many, many imams all around the world saying things that you could not even believe. Things that you're not supposed to find in their religion of love. You hear it. But if Christians does the same, they start saying, you know, we hate them. I don't hate you, Muslim. I'm saying it right now. I do not hate you, Muslim. Half of my family are Muslim. I was brought up, you know, to the end of my teenage years by my auntie, who is a Muslim. All her daughters and sons are Muslim. One of them is in the same city. In fact, 3 of them are in the same city that I am right now. They're big people. One of them, I took him to Libya. He's my older brother. He's here in this city right now. He speaks Arabic fluently. So don't think I hate on you, Muslim. I don't. I could not. I'm hating on the game. I'm hating on the game. The game that divides us, that makes us kill each other, that destroys our communities. Africa, America, Europe, Asia, India. We're the only ones dying. These leaders are not dying. The leaders ain't dying. Once they start dying by killing each other for us, then we should listen to them the way you think we should. But why are we the ones dying? Why they give us the command to kill each other? And we're not supposed to say anything. So freedom of speech is important, because look, if we don't have freedom of speech, it's over. Everything is over. Let everybody run for a hole. So the same week that I saw Tommy run into the trouble he ran into with his entourage, leave aside the punch that he threw in Italy, where he knocked out a black brother. You got to leave that in one side for now, because we can go there. But the freedom of speech was serious, because I've been in that situation. Brother Kalam, can you hear me?
Yep.
Do you know what happened to me one day? Let me just put this in there quickly, yeah? Let me tell you what happened to me one day. Yep. I took my girlfriend at the time, and she was white. I took her from London. I said, let's go to Dover. All right? Let's go to Dover and just look around. So we got to Dover, and then I realized that, oh, actually, we can go on the boats for a day trip to France. So I said, but I don't have my passport. I don't have my passport. But she has her European, what do you call it? Identity card. She has a European identity card. So in Europe, some European countries are allowed to use their identity cards to travel overseas within Europe, the Schengen, you know. So I said, well, what am I doing? Since you can travel with that, I don't think if they'll let me, even though I can show them with my driver's license that, you know, I'm a British citizen, I'm residing here, blah, blah, blah. I'll see if they can allow my card to travel too. Because to get a driver's license, you almost have to submit your passport to get one. So with that said, I approached the immigration, explained myself, and they looked at me, looked at her. She's white, I'm black. They're looking at us like, okay, what's going on here? I'm like, you know, you can talk to her. I don't. A black man ain't gonna come to England, kidnap a white girl, and go and sell her in Europe. So, you know, talk to me. So they say, okay, we've checked. We think you can go. Before they finished, two black suit officers approached me and start interrogating me. I'm like, hold on, am I a criminal now for showing you my, you know, my driver's license? Have I become a criminal, or is it just because I'm black? Because she's showing you you know, a European ID card, but she's all right because she's white. But because I'm black, it's different for me, right? Look at the hypocrisy here. So anyway, I spoke to them, got upset there, then said, okay, sorry, you know, we didn't really mean it like that, blah, blah, blah. They let me travel. So I went to France with her. It was just a day trip. Coming back, can you believe they wouldn't let me come back from France?
What? Okay.
Could you believe they tried to stop me from coming back from France, back to my own country, England? When I've got the paper that there was even signed before I went out saying, yeah, they've given me permission to go on the day trip with only a driver's license or UK driver's license as ID, since it's Europe. And I reminded them that I think you forgot the 1997 statute of, you know, European Union, blah, 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 says, you know, freedom of, what's it called, of service of people and of whatever. You know, so they had to back down like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about on that level. It's just a card. What's the difference? So whilst I was there as a black man coming back with her, I said, girl, watch what they do sometimes between white and black. This is why everything I tell you about how blacks are suffering, I want you to see it with your own eyes. So we got to the immigration to come back to England. The English who would let me through the barrier to get on the coach to go to the aeroplane, or sorry, to go to the boats, wouldn't let me go. And they started complicating things. I said, look at the note I've got from the immigration down in Dover. You telling me I can't go back home? I'm saying, look, this is going to be really interesting. I'm going to see what you're going to do with me. You can't keep me in France because I'm not French. So they dragged, and the way I spoke to them, they got really upset. So they wanted to punish me, i.e. make me sit down there for as long as possible. The white girlfriend, she started crying. I said, don't need to cry. This is what your people do. Don't need to cry. This ain't nothing against white people. This is something against the system. If you're hearing me right now. So I've got enough venom in me when I'm talking about issues. Don't think I just come out talk about issues because I read on the internet. I got venom in me when I see the system. It's not the first time, second time, third, probably won't be the last time. So when I see somebody like Tommy Robinson coming down to Speaker's Corner for freedom of speech, black people, you need your freedom of speech. Otherwise, there's no point living in England. Am I wrong, Baba Kalam?
Facts, that's correct.
What's the point? Black people living
I
in
was,
England. Sorry. Go on. If you,
I
yeah,
was, I was going to say I was shocked. There was a Canadian preacher that came down recently, or is
David
still
Lynn.
down in the UK.
David Lynn, right?
Yeah, David,
Right.
and he's there preaching the word, preaching the gospel,
Right.
preaching from the Bible,
Right.
and he got arrested.
Right.
He literally got arrested for
Right.
preaching from the Bible,
Right. Family.
and it's just crazy,
Right.
you know, that we are not even waking up. We're not even, you know, having our eyes open to see that freedom of speech is being shut down in this country, where
Right.
you cannot even go outside on the road and
Right.
read the book that the country is supposedly founded upon.
Oh,
So, you
look
know,
at that. Go on, brother. Please go on. Yeah. I'm
I'm just simply saying, I don't know, man. If we don't see the problem, you know, let's continue not seeing the problem.
Yeah.
Let's continue hating people and not actually addressing the issues this country is facing. Let's continue doing that if you so wish to, and choose to, until you yourself is going to be affected.
Oh,
And then you're going to fight for it.
okay.
And then it may be just too late.
Oh, it will definitely be too late. It's definitely too late, isn't it? It's not even if it will be. It's not if it will be, brother, because what I've gone through with if I tell you my story in this UK alone, talking about speech outside, outdoor speech. Let's just, you know, this thing you're talking about, brother Kalam, I wanted to put it in the same story. I was just trying to tell you what made me reach out to you, brothers, to say, let's talk before it took a wrong turn. Because in that same week, I saw David Lynn, who I've been, you know, kind of following for some time, even, you know, so you can even say for a couple of years, just on and off, see what's going on here, see what's going on there, Hebrew Israelites, Islam in Canada, blah, blah, blah. You know, so once in a while, something comes up, you have a look. So in the same week, you're seeing Tommy Robinson going through some tremors, you know. Then you see David Lynn going through some tremors. Because he's saying the first time they called police for David Lynn, he was in this other city in the UK where some white people were coming to, you know, do all kinds of things to him. And the police came. They didn't arrest those people. They were giving him a hassle. They were giving him a hassle instead. Yep. So in the same week, you see Tommy Robinson going through that. In the same week, you see Speaker's Corner going through that. In the same week, you see young Pharaoh being given almost death threats in the USA. I'm like, hold on, is this all being choreographed or something? Is somebody pulling the same strings all at the same time? Then in the same week, I'm seeing, you know, my young brother Aspect sitting down with somebody who's been a proponent directly and indirectly down at Speaker's Corner, saying we can't have free speech. And his whole group was trying to shut down black people's free speech. These people were trying to shut down black people's free speech. It was so bad that even Zachariah had to become a Muslim. Not just a Muslim to say, you know, a Muslim of his own kind of choice, but a Muslim under duress, i.e. a Muslim which was like, yeah, okay, ask me to go and do anything. I'm going to go start telling people they're going to die in a minute. I'm going to go start telling women, you know, we're going to kill you. I'm going to start, you know, swearing at people. Something which he never did when he was a Christian. I said, that's like, you know, so you got like 4 or 5 things going on all over the world, as far as I could check, all to do with freedom of speech. So when you see Tommy Robinson now saying, okay, I'm going to have to come to Speaker's Corner to deal with our freedom of speech in the UK. And then you see Big Bro, who's had some experience in the park with freedom of speech trying to be shut down by some Islamic Dawah League or Islamic Defense League. And you see how they've been on Kalam's throat for the same thing. They can call us baboons. They can call us raisin heads. Even Hamza, the young, small Hamza, said, you know, in Islam, according to him and Allah, people are not equal unless they're Muslim. Muslim and anybody else is not equal unless they're Muslim under Allah. But at the same time, Allah says everybody is equal. But nobody pulled him up on that one. But when maybe Sarah would say, I'm your daddy, he's called a supremacist. And everybody associated with him is called a supremacist. Then that included Kalam, that included Jedi, that included Raspek, that included all the Kemites, included Gabs, include any black person associated with them. They started slandering us as supremacists. Even Adnan went as far as calling us racist. Kalam pulled him up, say, show me where I was racist. Show me where I was racist. Show me. Don't talk emotionally. Show me. The same way we're saying, show us that Tommy is racist. I don't know him. I don't go to his house. But neither do you go to Adnan's house either. You don't go to Hijab's house. He had an Instagram thing put up the other day calling people house Negroes. Isn't that racist enough? So Speaker's Corner being a place for freedom of speech that Kalam gets excited about because there's a champion born and bred and belonging to this country by color and nature and culture and everything coming down when the MPs of Parliament won't come down. That is something to smile about. I try to be there on time myself. It's not the man, it's the message. But unfortunately, the message is coming via a man. So what are you blaming Kalam for? Calling him this, calling him that. What are you blaming him for? Would you rather have freedom of speech shut down? Baba Kalam, did you want to say anything, please?
Yeah, I guess so. I think that's that's the shocking truth about it. If it doesn't fit your narrative or their narrative, they do not want to hear it.
Right.
So they want partial freedom of speech. We want the freedom to, so for example, the Muslims, we want the freedom to preach and teach about our religion, okay, and denigrate and mock and joke about your religion, but we do not want you to have the.
Right. Sorry, Baba Kalam, did we lose your feed there? So I think we must have lost Baba Kalam's feed right there. I hope it's not from my side here. Let me check. Okay, this one looks all right. Let me check. What's going on here? Where are we here? Is this one live dashboard? Oh, okay. Okay, family, sorry, the YouTube is saying they're receiving problems. Baba Kalam, can you hear me? Okay.
Yep, I can hear you. You cut out though. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think give me a second, yeah. Okay, just hold on. Whoever the caller is, just hold on. I'm trying to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I think
Just mute your mic. Mute your mic, please, somebody.
Just hold on. Whoever the caller is, just hold on. I'm trying. Can you hear me?
There's Baba Kazan, mute your mic. Baba Kalam, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right. Okay. Yeah, go on. I think we yeah, okay. The YouTube streaming says it's on the red, so i.e. the buffering is very whatever it's called, either high or low. So it says viewers will experience buffering. So I think maybe that's why the thing was cut. I hope it's not, YouTube trying to stress us out right now. So YouTube, please just let's just speak. There's not even enough voices in this world to just talk about simple things. We're not trying to raise up no anti-government thing. No, we just want to be able to speak. Otherwise, just declare to us that our country is over, so we can just properly keep quiet, George Orwell or whatever. But you gave us YouTube, so let's use it. That's our message to the big brother there, you know. So yeah, yeah, Brother Kalam, please go on. Brother Kazan, please hold on, yeah. I beg you, so we don't get sidetracked from this momentum. I beg you, brother, please, yeah. Okay, go on, Brother Kalam, please. Yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I think our community, like the black community, specifically that side of our community, they love freedom of speech as long as they get to say what they want to say. But unfortunately, they want to silence out other people as well that they perceive to not be for them. And that's the sad thing about it. Regardless if somebody is for you or against you, you want their voice. You need their freedom of speech. Why? Because you need them to challenge the way you think in order for you to grow. You need to be able to challenge the way that they think in order for them to actually grow. Otherwise, we're just going to be holding these secretive thoughts about each other until one day there is a tipping point and something erupts. And I'm thinking to myself, like, haven't you guys seen what's taken place in the past? Where you had certain members that were moving very secretively, were doing certain things against certain communities in a despicable way because they had their own separate, segregate community that was completely against another community, but had the power and the force to act on that community. But if we all were able to open up dialogue and understand where each other is coming from and actually expose the erroneous and fallacious thought patterns that one another have, we'll be able to move past, very, negative base ways of thinking and acting. And we can uplift ourselves and we could all grow as a community. But unfortunately, people aren't, don't have the foresight to think like that. They have the short-sighted, myopic worldview where, nope, I don't want to hear what you have to say. I know my way is the right way. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to silence you out. That's just not the way to act. We're in a civilized society. Society is built upon interaction. Society is built upon dialogue and understanding and comprehension and tolerance. Unfortunately, that's dead. But Uncle Ty, I'm hearing that there is an echo taking place. I
Yeah.
tried my very best to use a second device, but it seems as though it's still continuing.
Right. I don't know. I don't know. It's not from my side, would you say, is it?
I think it may be because I'm using my phone, and then I've got my other microphone, and it seems though at both sides they're complaining. So I doubt it's any of both my devices can't be faulty.
Right.
I think it's highly improbable.
Yeah. Let me check my
Or maybe you may just have to mute your mic once I'm speaking.
Okay, all right. Let me try and do that actually. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna mute it now, yeah. So if you don't hear me, that's me muted. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you are you gonna carry on a little bit more? Yeah.
I'll just filibuster a little bit. So
Yeah.
yes, family. Family members, let me know. Uncle Ty has muted his mic, so please let me know: is the echoing still continuing, or is it okay? Please just let me know. I think I can even hear an echo. Uncle Ty, I don't think your mic is muted. But let's just check it out. Let's see. Can you guys hear me echoing, or is it okay? Okay, I'm just waiting for you guys to respond. And we have over 75, 80 people tuned in live right now. Come on, family. You know how I do this. Please hit the like button if you're actually enjoying my Uncle Ty right now and you're enjoying the show and you love and support HIT, Hebrew Israelite Truth. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. And of course, just to make sure you don't miss out on any of the shows, please also hit the bell icon so you'll be informed of everything. Okay, anytime Uncle Ty goes live, you'll be informed. So please hit the like button, hit the bell icon. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Come on, man, what's going on with you? Are you just here just to pre? Come on, stop that. Hit the subscribe button as well. All right. Yeah, that's it. I've filibustered enough. So Uncle, if you want to come back and say anything more.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I've learned one thing again. My mic could be giving the problem out again. So thanks a lot, family, for that notice there. Thanks, Baba Kalam, again for that. What's it called? Tips and advices and stuff. Thanks a lot. Yeah. It's very bothering. Black people, because in this country, like I said, I'm not a big fan of all the kind of political, setup of this country and all of that. But when you look inside the House of Parliament or this country, it's a multi-party country, and in the House of Parliament, the only time we should be fearful for our freedom of speech in this country is if in the House of Parliament itself, they wouldn't have two sides or three sides or four sides debating each other, okay? Where they have Muslims in there, they have Jews in there, they have Asians in there, they have black people in there, they have Muslims, Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, everybody, from Scotland to England to Wales to Ireland, Republic of Ireland, in the whole so-called island of the Great Britain, and even to, some places like offshore, people are still able to have a debate inside the government's, parastatus. They're able to have a debate in there. That's freedom of speech. When Hitler came to power, there was no freedom of speech anymore. It was whatever he said. Well, we will stop speaking freely. So if Tommy Robinson listening, we will stop speaking freely when they stop debating freely. If they can stop debating freely in the House of Parliament, then we can stop talking freely, either on Speaker's Corner or on YouTube. So let no Muslim come down to Speaker's Corner saying they don't like what they're hearing and they want to cause a kind of friction that makes people not be able to speak. At the same time, I've heard the argument like, does freedom of speech mean freedom to insult? Insults are also relative, family. Insults are relative. Insults are relative. Very, very relative. We're all coming from different cultures, different backgrounds. What is an insult to you may not be an insult to an English person, but maybe an insult to a Japanese person. So who's going to be the referee now? So you can't come down to a place like Speaker's Corner. In fact, you can't even come down to a place like England, even the United States, and say somebody's insulting you or you feel insulted by their way of living. Well, I'm insulted by your way of living too. I'm absolutely insulted. I'm disgusted. Look, when I first started coming down Speaker's Corner, yeah, I don't have a problem with personalities. I have a problem with information. So the first person I had an argument with was Brother Ishmael Blackgrove. It's nothing personal. It was information. But since then, we've moved on to an era where cameras, being in front of a camera, debates is the mainstay. So we're doing that. But from when I started in Speaker's Corner, there was nobody that I gave any disrespect to if they didn't disrespect me. And the first people who disrespected me down there, I used to be a Christian down there, and I had Christian brothers down there. The first people who disrespected me or disrespected us down there were Muslims. They were Muslims. But they had been preaching all their lives, saying Jesus was did not die. I mean, how much of a low punch can you give to a Christian if you say Jesus didn't die? It was somebody else that was made to look like him. That's blasphemy to us. It's over already. You've just engaged us on another platform. And it goes on and on and on. I can go on with 10 things or something like that off my head. That's, to me, somebody coming from a biblical background is an insult. So I saw it was Muslims. Then when we realized we're the black people in the Bible, we brought that out again to Speaker's Corner. Not to say, we're supremacists, but to say we've discovered that they lied to us in history. The people in the Bible are black people. Christians were also like, Brother Ty, are you crazy? What do you mean? Some of my Christian brothers they ran away from me. And I was like, hold on, brothers, let's sit down and have a look. So I started to see that information is a problem for some people. Why did we accept that Jesus Christ is white without a complaint, but when we say he's black with evidence, people have a problem? So I lost Christian brothers. So I know something was wrong, because what Muslims were trying to do to us as Christians, they were now trying to do to me when I found truth. So when the truth got stronger and the truth came down Speaker's Corner that everybody in the Bible, in fact, the ancient world, were black people, then the Muslims started coming down now. They're like, no, 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 no. You know, one Muslim brother was even like, I said to him that, you know, Jesus Christ was a black man. He just went on like a hysterical laughing at me. I must be mad. And I said to him, okay, prove to me that he was white. Then he was like, well, yeah, maybe he's not white, but he can't be black. He can't be black. So, you know, you can't tell me, you can't prove to me he's white, but you tell me he just can't be black. So that's where the thing started. Some of you may just wake up today, think Brother Ty only started arguing with them today. No, I'm talking like down early 2000s when they started this thing, when we started to see those traces. So, you know, I was away from Speaker's Corner for a few years. Then Brother Sarah was there doing something. Now here's a strong black man with information. And he's not even coming from the Bible or the Quran like, yeah, I'm trying to prove something. He's just questioning things. He's questioning things. What got them more rattled wasn't only the information. It was the fact that it's another black man bringing the information. Another black man bringing the information. The information itself is mind-blowing because it's asking people to think. I don't agree with everything Brother Sarah says because we don't see things the same way. But he's got a right to question everyone and put forth his own theories, his own thinking, and he did that. But some people didn't like that. Black people were rejoicing because we're starting to find our spiritual feet, our intellectual feet again. But certain sections of society were becoming concerned. They wanted to shut it down. And guess who it was again? It's the same Muslims. Because you didn't see any white people seriously trying to shut down Brother Sarah. You didn't even see the EDL come down there trying to shut down Brother Sarah. It was the IDL trying to shut down Brother Sarah's information. And he's not the only one. Then Brother Gary starting to doing the same. Brother Gary actually, I think, probably started maybe, let's just say about the same time that I know him from. So when he started that, it becomes two black people. Brother Kalam is there. Brother Kalam is normally quiet outside, but when he's inside, he's just bombing the whole thing. So look, you could see that, boy. This is the rise of the Planet of the Apes. Anybody like that? The rise of what? Let me write it in there. Rise of the Planet. Yeah, it's a movie. Planet of the Apes. It's in the movies. Anybody who ain't watched that yet? Give that a 789. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So they didn't like that. So they're trying to devise how to now stop that from happening. And before you know it, our younger brothers started coming down to support that black truth. People I didn't know were coming down from all over the world also to say, Brother Ty, we stand with the truth you're talking. We're hearing you here, we're hearing you there. I didn't even know Kalam that much. But he's already out, out of this country himself. He's not like, a rookie. He's out of this country himself with his information, with his contacts, with the people he's linking with. So now give that combination down at Speaker's Corner at the same time that Muslims are trying to reestablish or not even re-establish, are trying to establish a hold on this country for their narrative to be everything. Whereby, we have brothers in the United States of America, even in the Nation of Islam, that tell you that Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad, is a black man. He's a black man. So all that information is blowing their minds down here. So they want to shut down black people's freedom of speech. So if that's going to be the case, and we see somebody coming down with the same problem, a common problem, why shouldn't we rejoice? Why should we not rejoice? Why should we not rejoice? We got to have freedom of speech. If we didn't have freedom of speech, how can we stop the Jewish Holocaust without freedom of speech? If we didn't have freedom of speech, how can we stop, transatlantic slavery? How can we stop slavery in the UK if we didn't have freedom of speech? Never mind who is at the head or bottom of it. How can we stop how can we stop slavery, Islamic Arab slavery that's still ongoing in Africa today? How can we stop it without freedom of speech? Even President Obama and his wife, they waded in when 200 women were kidnapped by Boko Haram, a Muslim sect. I don't care who funds them. The point is they're Muslim. I don't care who funds them. You do the research for me. 200 girls get kidnapped. 200 girls. And there's no freedom of speech. Well, imagine that was your daughter that gets kidnapped. Then a couple of months later, we're finding thousands of black people from West Africa, Central Africa, East Africa, ending up in slavery in North Africa. Well, how are we going to do anything if there's no freedom of speech? How are we going to do anything? So that's why we come down Speaker's Corner to say, no, that freedom of speech must continue. That's why we like to see if it's a Tommy Robinson come there, or if it's a football fan come there. If it's Michael Jackson who come there, or Sheikh Abdul Didat comes there. If the Pope comes to Speaker's Corner to say, no, we got to carry on with freedom of speech, I'll be the first person there to say, yeah, I'll shake your hand on that one. If he starts talking about, well, you Negroes, your freedom of speech is second to mine, I'll withdraw my hand. I'll withdraw my hand. I know they got the power, but I'll withdraw my hand. I'll be like, uncle, what's that about? So we need that freedom of speech. So don't take it out on Kalam. Don't take it out on Sarah. Don't take it out on Big Bro. Don't even take it out on nobody. Maybe you, the people who don't have the mouth to do the right thing. If we don't want freedom of speech because it's coming via somebody who is linked to the EDL, why don't we all just move out and go back to Africa then? Why can't we just move out and go to Africa and go and sit down there? I'm going to let brother Kalam in. And before that, let me see if brother Kazan. Brother Kazan, are you there with us?
Yes, sir, brother Tom. Just sit back and enjoy the show, sir.
Okay. Let me ask brother Kalam to welcome you, if he can do that for me, and I'll mute my mic. Brother Kalam, can you welcome brother Kazan for me, please?
Brother Kazan, welcome to HIT, Hebrew Israelite Truth. You're here now with your brother Kalam and the most famous, most notorious, well-mannered and well-articulate, my brother, Uncle. I should say Uncle Ty. Come on, give a big round of applause. Let's get it. How you doing, brother Kazan?
Yeah, unmute your mic, brother Kazan. Yeah, unmute your mic.
Yeah, I don't hear the brother. I think whenever you mute over to him, I don't hear him. But anyway, greetings to the brother. And I surely accept his greeting. I'm sure he sent it.
Shalom, shalom.
So yeah, I'll let you guys go ahead and chime back in to what you guys are doing and clearing up, and I'll just sit back and Brother Ty, when we get over into section 2, we'll go from
the
there.
brother's speaking. I can't hear him.
Okay, brother Kalam, I think there's a kind of disconnect maybe from his side. When you were speaking to him, I muted my mic. I could hear him, but he said he couldn't hear you. Could you hear him?
Not at all. Not at all.
Wow. Okay. Let me do something. Let me do something different. Let me do something different. Yeah. What it is okay. Brother Kazan, I'm gonna close your window and invite you onto the same window with Brother Kalam. Is that all right? Yeah.
That sounds fair enough, Brother Ty.
Okay. So I'm gonna close this window here. Yeah? Okay. Give me a second. Yeah, I think the problem is maybe I need to patch him through to the same window you're on, Brother Kalam, and now to get his email again. I'm a little bit behind with all these. What do you call it here? Wow, where's Brother Cousin's thing right now? Boy, oh boy. Compose. Let me see. Yeah. How'd you spell Kazan again now? Ah, boy, I can't even remember his email now. Where are we? Oof, it's crazy. Yeah, Brother Kalam.
Yes, Uncle.
Yeah, please. Let me let you go on speaking about something.
Okay, no problem.
I don't know if you wanna. So while you'll be doing that, I'll try and repatch Brother Kazan back in. I wanted you to please, if you can and if you want to, comment on I think you said maybe you haven't or you've seen some of the case put forward by Brother Raspect. It was just Brother Raspect himself. I really have no intention of joining anybody else because he's the one I saw in the video. And I don't have any problem with him, like an individual or personal, nothing like that. Yeah, it's nothing like that. So what I'm saying is, when he sat down with, the MMA boxer, and from my point of view, it's obvious what's going on. Okay, it's obvious what's going on, and I know that now, as I'm getting a message now, they've said to me that even Raspect has admitted that move he made was wrong. He has admitted it with his own mouth, and I think he went that far when we were talking on the show we had with him, and I don't have a problem with that. All I expected was of him to say, "Oh, Brother Ty, okay, did you think I was wrong? Okay, maybe there's some things I need to explain to you later off air, but let me just say I hear what you're saying for now." And as a young brother, I think that should be where it should be. That should be it. I don't think there should be any shouting, "Oh, I've heard you spitting my name for 24 hours and I blah blah blah. I don't like that, and I'm just being respectful, and I'm burn you up and all that." I'm like, hold on. I don't expect that. So anyway, but sticking to the facts, when he came with the MMA boxer and another Muslim brother, who I have really no personal problem with either of them, but with their ideology and their method. So MMA boxer, honestly speaking, I have no personal issues with you. Absolutely none. It would only be personal if you make it personal. I don't have no personal issues with you. I don't look at you like that. I don't think of you like that, because whenever I see somebody, I don't look at them like a man. I look at all of us like we used to be children. That's how I first look at us. I look at us like when we were like 3 years old, we wouldn't have no issues with each other. 4 years old, 5 years old, 9-year-olds, we wouldn't have no issues with each other. Even up to so-called secondary school, college, we don't have no issues with each other. But as soon as we start becoming so-called intellectually independent, they then put guns in our hands to now shoot each other down. So what do? But it's nothing to do with you personally. No, it's not personally against any Muslim. It's not even personally against what you would call Islam, in the concept of Islam being, I'm looking for my creator, to worship my creator. I have no problem with those people. I have a problem with an ideology that can slander other people even enslave other people, and the victims ain't supposed to say anything. That's what I have a problem with. That's what I have a problem with. That's what I have a problem with. If I have a problem with Islam, I couldn't live in Oldham. I could not live in Oldham knowing I'm living amongst Muslims. I couldn't live there. Why would I? I could find anywhere. Why would I want to go live in Oldham if I have a problem with the Muslim person? No. My best friend up in Oldham was a Muslim brother, Pakistani brother. I don't have problem with the Muslim. I have the problem with that wicked ideology that wants us to just shut up our mouth and not say anything, even when you're not being disrespectful. That's what I have a problem with. So when I see these two brothers trying to coerce our young brother, and I don't mind if they came on a platform of information, i.e. Brother Raspek. We saw Brother Kalam or Brother Sarah looking like they're sitting down with Tommy Robinson. You know, do you think is the right thing, or do you think we can invite them on a round table to discuss that? I would be like, yeah, that's maturity. But they boxed only him in, they boxed him in, and they started to make him to poke fun at Sarah's homosexuality, which Sarah ain't a homosexual. That's when you know it's not about the information. It's about character assassination. It wasn't about the information to say, oh, Brother Raspek, thanks for coming. We're trying to reach Brother Tai. We're trying to reach Brother Kalam. We're trying to even reach Sarah. If you don't want to come physically, we can talk on the phone. You know, okay, you guys, you know, you're a minority in the country. We as Muslims, we feel the same. Why can't we sit down at a round table and see if this is the right way you're going without each other pushing anything else on each other? Why can't we do it like that? Why couldn't Muhammad Hijab, why couldn't he call Brother Kalam and put Brother Kalam to say, Brother Kalam, what can we do about, you know, this EDL? Are they racist on us? Are they moving on us? He didn't do none of that. He picked up on Kalam. I mean, he picked up on Respect and tried to box him in on the two sides. And then they put the video out saying that's the black community's view. Black community? That's where I'm like, I know a game is going on. So I said, look, we can't do this. So I'm calling out Brother Kalam, calling out Brother Sarah, Respect, calling out Big Bro, calling out even, you know, all the other elders, Raven. Let's talk. What's this? That's where I'm upset. I'm not upset with you, Respect. I'm not upset with your movement. I've got nothing against personality. But the least I expected is when you came on and you say, okay, you know, Brother Tai, Elder Tai, Uncle Tai, whatever. You know, maybe you didn't really understand my point, but, you know, respect to you nevertheless. Maybe we can talk a bit later about it. You know, why would I want to disrespect you? What's there to do? What's that? But you started with all this noise, and we can rewind the video with all the noise, and your brother jumped in. He didn't hold decorum like we're doing right now. I'm speaking. Brother Kalam is muted the mic. Brother Kazan muted the mic. You all started jumping in anyhow because you just wanted to disrespect, and you ended up disrespecting. You ended up disrespecting. And I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool. I'm a soldier too. If there was 12 of me, you can't even talk. If there's 12 of me, you cannot talk. If there's 12 of me, you can't talk to me. Don't get it twisted like your Uncle Tai is a brother behind, you know, books. No, I've been on the streets before you were born. Like we said, you can take my life. That's not the issue. You can come and say, yeah, Brother Tai, we'll smash your head in. We'll do this. Yeah. You know what, brothers? That's all we seem to be able to do. You know, bash our heads in each other. That's all you're able to do. You're not able to confront the real thing. Because if you're busy confronting the real thing, you wouldn't have time to bash your brother in. So you're saying you're, you know, guiding the new generation to stop them, you know, killing each other. But there you're saying, yeah, I'm going to bash your head in. Don't you understand what your elder is? Your elder is like your father. because we're all related. We're all related to the same people. We're all related to one. Like they say in Islam, they have one. All of them is one. Is one. You lot don't understand that. That's why they're taking advantage of you. You don't understand that you also need to be one. And you can't be one if each of you have his own way of looking at things. That's why they can take advantage of us. So, Brother Kalam, you know, I wanted you to comment if you can and if you want, because I know, you know, but you know, as you can, about
Definitely.
you know, about how you see them making a video using Respect to laugh at Sarah as a homosexual, because they were laughing. You could see that. You could see that they were laughing. So you could tell it's about character assassination. The information was almost irrelevant. So they were laughing at that. But we know that Muhammad MMA has already wanted to do some kind of damage to our community with all his brothers. We know that. It's on the history. So to have him boxing in Respect to go against his own family, that is too much. That is too much. That is too much. So, Brother Callum, I don't know if you've seen it. If you haven't, you can just quote me as saying Brother Ty said they were laughing at Brother Sarah's supposed homosexual acts. You can just quote me if you haven't seen that video. But what's your view? What's your view on them now titling that video Black Community Reaction to EDL and Tommy Robinson and, you know, and Kalam? And what's your view? What do you think that is really?
Jeez. My Uncle Ty has just drawn me out to give him a an exclusive right about now. This is a world exclusive. See, I don't usually talk about things like this, but I'm actually going to do it for my brother Ty. So before I actually do it and actually talk about this, so I'm actually going to give an exclusive talking about brother, you know, Respect, brother Dawood, and brother Muhammad Hijab, okay? And that particular video reviewing Sarah's video. So right now, brothers and sisters, family members, yeah, Hebrew Israelites, Kemites, and Gentiles, yeah, please, I beg of you to hit the share button right now because we're about to go in. All right, we've got over 100 people tuned in right now. Again, I'm gonna keep on saying this. Over 100 people tuned in right now, and only 50 of those people have hit the like button. So before I start, I'm just gonna wait for more people to come in. Before I start, I beg of you, hit the like button, please. Support Ty's channel, okay? Support Ty's channel. And if you haven't already, yeah, you know, there is a donation button down below, okay? PayPal.com is literally at the bottom of the description box, okay? I would love for you guys to support Ty, okay? Because it's necessary, it's needed. We need this great information to be kept on pumping. I literally go and I sit down at my barber shop, and I have people in my barber shop talking about Uncle Ty, and I'm like, huh? What you mean you know about Uncle Ty? It's like, yeah, I've been watching. I was like, yeah, okay. And that's all the way in South London. And my brother Ty, Uncle Ty, is all the way. Where are you, Uncle Ty?
I'm in Coventry, Midlands.
Coventry, literally, you know, the opposite end of the country. So, you know, it's wonderful that, you know, our brothers are getting the exposure that's necessary. I would love to get some more female energy on these shows and females actually coming up and producing their own YouTube channels and actually having a voice. Because that's one thing that we don't really get. We get a lopsided, you know, view of the community right now. And I love to get some more women on these shows, especially on my channel. Or if you guys can create your own shows, that would be absolutely wonderful. So let me actually get into this now and actually speak about this incident. Now, of course, I have had conversations with Jedi, and I respect Jedi. I've had conversations with Respect. Whew. Yeah, I've had conversations. I'm just gonna wait. I've had conversations with Respect, and we've, you know, we haven't 100% hashed out exactly the issues and so forth. I have hashed out most of the issues with Jedi, and I understand where he's coming from, and I respect where he's coming from. But unfortunately, I didn't get to hash out everything with respect. So I'm actually going to speak, based upon the things that I have actually said to respect in the past, especially on the Sunday that just went by. So everything that I'm saying now is not going to be nothing new, whereas though it seems though I'm speaking behind his back, because all of these points I have already made mention to him. All right. Just to get the the formalities out of the way, so everybody knows, because we have code, we have honor, and we have a certain order of the ways that we should conduct ourselves. Okay. So yeah, brother Ty, if I can get you to mute your mic, because I can hear the feedback with the calls coming through. Okay, it's brother Fred's on.
Sorry, brother Callum. It's my mic's not even on. I think it's just the screen I'm using. When the call is coming, it's coming off the screen. So I'm gonna try, brother Ade. I know it's you calling. I'm gonna invite you on the same page. So just don't call anymore. I'm gonna invite you on the same page anyway. Yeah. Okay. So shalom. Anyone trying to call in now, please give brother Callum. Just send me anybody trying to call in. Yeah, we can have as many of us. Before we go in there, please, anyone coming on, please. Your brother Ty here is your brother, like your friend, like your junior, like your employee. Some of you could employ me in a job. Honestly, I have respect for all my young people. You understand that? I'm a humble like that. Yeah, I will give my life for you when the time comes. So don't worry if you think, no, brother Ty, we're gonna punch your face, brother Ty, we're gonna kill you. I've been dead for a long time. So don't threaten me with death, yeah? Threaten me with life. Tell me you're gonna give me life. And let's do that with each other. Let's give each other life. So if you're coming on the platform, be just respectful. We can disagree, but hold respect. Don't use profanity. Don't call people names. Don't insinuate madness. Unless you're that free with somebody. It's for us. This is a family channel. That's how I want to keep it. I keep it like I keep my house. So please, even in the comment section, when somebody starts getting disrespectful, either to anybody on the panel, we know why they're there. Because we're just trying to build community here. We're not trying to fight with nobody. And this includes the brothers who have already had disagreements with. So they're free to come back on. And we will hear them, we will listen to them, but please, let's do it with the language we can use on TV, daytime TV station. That's the standard. Otherwise, everybody can go all out. Though if you disrespect me, I can bring my son to sit down next to me and cuss your father. I can do that. I can bring my son here to say, fire burn your father. There's nothing you're going to do. So don't disrespect me because I'm somebody's father. I don't know if you feel that pain. I don't understand it. If I see your father or you being disrespected anyway, I would rise up for you. So don't disrespect me in any manner. In any manner. If you disagree with me, say, okay, brother Ty, nice you disagree with me. I don't like what you're saying. I disagree with you, but we'll leave it there for now. But don't start going in, brother Ty, you're off your head. Oh, brother Ty, you're talking bollocks. You can't talk to me like that. It's the same telling me, the same thing I'm telling you. That's how it sounds to me. That's how it sounds to me. So have that respect. Don't have respect for everybody. Be they woman, be they man, be they young, be they old. Watch it. You give respect, the same you get from me. If you give me a higher level, I'll give you the same higher level. If you give me insults, I'm better at it than you. I'm better at it. You can think, oh, because you're speaking. No. Anyway, let's not go there. Let's just have respect, family. Let's have clean language. Let's have clean language. Clean language. So I'm going to pass over back to Brother Kalam. Please, nobody bother to call in. Just send the email. I'll invite you in so that you don't disturb the flow, please. Because the sound is going and disturbing Brother Kalam speaking. Please, brothers and sisters, just send me the message and I'll send you the thing. In fact, I might send a link onto the Google Live. Yeah, but please, brothers, if I don't know you, please have decorum. Please have decorum. Please have decorum. Okay, there you go. Brother Kalam, I'm sorry I took so long. Please go on, please.
Yeah.
No problem, Elder. Okay, so yeah, so my thoughts on that itself. Okay, so now they've labeled me a sellout. They've labeled me a coon. They've labeled me a house Negro, and all different types of derogatory terms and words. And of course, I don't actually repay anybody with ad hominems, because the moment that we start with ad hominems, we're starting with a fallacy. We're starting off on the wrong foot. We're starting off with ignorance. So I don't really go down that route to label individuals. I'll just tell you how it is. And I find it quite hypocritical, very, very hypocritical. And as far as I've gleaned, I've seen it as they view this individual as Tommy Robinson as being a racist, and that I was I shaked his hand and I was happy to see him and so forth. And that's the reason why I'm all of these names and more. And I'm like, wow, okay. So this individual here, I'm not even coming down to support, him being a racist if he is a racist. I'm coming down, to record and to highlight a momentous occasion that's going on here at Speaker's Corner. Regardless if I agree with you or disagree with you, just like all of my shows, we have all different types of people that come onto the shows. Whether I agree with you or disagree with you, I'm going to show you the respect. I'm going to show you the cordiality that you deserve. Okay, when you're coming onto my platform, I particularly view Speaker's Corner as my child. Basically, I have to protect it. I have to show it love. I have to nurture it. I have to feed it, and I have to actually welcome everybody who's coming to visit my child, so to speak. For those people who don't know about Speaker's Corner, Speaker's Corner has been there for however many years. But in terms of recording at Speaker's Corner, there was only, when I was there was only literally three, video channels on YouTube that actually recorded. There was EF Dawa that would come down. That's to do with Hamza that would come down. There is Jay Smith, and that's to do with Pafanda. He would come down and record, and sometimes Shabir Yusuf would come down as well. Now Hamza and Shabir, they'll come down like once every blue moon. Jay Smith is always there. Those are the only three individuals that were there at the time when I came down at Speaker's Corner. Apart from that, nobody else. I came down, I started recording. Personally, I like to think that I actually made Speaker's Corner pop. Okay, it wasn't popping before until I made Speaker's Corner pop in terms of the videos. It was very diverse. You won't just see Muslim, or Christian. You'll see everything: Muslims, Christian, Jews, African, spiritualist, politics, everything. You will see a whole array of what's going on at Speaker's Corner. It's very popular because it was bridging the gap, or bridging between the US audience and the UK audience. The US audience, they had already had the debates going on, and they finally got to see the flavor of the UK. So, it was such a beautiful combination. And then it started to grow and spread, to Europe, to Australia, to Indonesia, to Arabia, to all different parts of the world. People are tuned in all across the country. People are tuned in. So I really like to think that I gave birth to what we now know as Speaker's Corner, where you see all the cameras, that are just present. Everybody's got their camera phone. Everybody's got a camera out. Prior to that, I know, my brother Ty can say, yeah, there wasn't any cameras like that back in the day. Technically, it's a gift and a curse, so I'm going to say that, unfortunately, forgive me, family members, if you see all of this ego and all this madness that's going on. Partially it's my fault, and I take responsibility for that, for actually making Speaker's Corner into this type of glamorous looking, like, ooh, there is conflict going on. There's two people fighting in terms of speech. I would never record any actual fights at Speaker's Corner. Yet again, I was a gatekeeper. I made sure that we kept it clean, we kept it nice. Any disgusting habits or things taking place, I would try my very best to make sure that that's not highlighted. Only the positive aspects of Speaker's Corner was highlighted. So, that's me being there at Speaker's Corner, recording Other individuals have asked me to record, make sure you record Tommy Robinson arriving and all those things there. So I came there, recorded Tommy Robinson arriving. You know, I shaked, Tommy Robinson extends his hand, I shake his hand, we smile, I say, well done to him, you're doing a good job, and so forth. Now, he's come down under the premise of free speech. My whole channel is about free speech. Him, you know, his premise, okay, aligns with what my brand is all about. Of course, I'm going to congratulate somebody who aligned with my brand. Apart from, after that, we did receive quite a large influx of people joining the channel. Okay, very high influx of people joining the channel, you know, being familiar, becoming aware of what's going on, what we do, the conversations that we have. You know, by these mass of people joining us, you already know I'm here to support every single body. I'm not here just for it to be Titans TV, Titans TV. You will hear me. Even my last live stream, I'm telling everybody, please go and support Brother Ty on HIT, Hebrew Israelite Truth. Go and support this channel. Go and support SoCo Films. Go and support COE. If you haven't already donated, go donate to COE's Bentley Fund. Go donate to DCCI. Go and donate to SoCo Films, etc. Go donate to Ty. Like, I'm here to bridge the gap. I'm here to actually make sure that everybody around me flourishes. You know, it's pointless for you to gain the whole world and lose your soul. It's pointless for you to gain everything and there's nobody to share it with you. You know, I've been at the top of the game, you know, in terms of money and popularity and fame and all those things there, like in my younger years. I've done all of those things there. And it was very boring for me to have so much money and so much everything. I couldn't share it with, I didn't have anybody to share what I want to do. I want to go on holiday like tomorrow. Nobody's on the spontaneousness that I'm on because they're all at their jobs. Nobody has the money to go do what I want to do, even though I'm telling everybody, come, I'll give you the money, so let's go. You know, it's very boring. It's very dry when nobody is at the top with you. So my motto is making sure that if I'm, shining, if I'm going to shine, you're going to shine with me. What's mine is yours. What's yours is mine. When I shine, you shine. That's just the way we roll. That's the way that the whole, my whole brotherhood, we roll. There's not one of us that can be doing well and we're all not doing well. There's not one of us that is doing something great and the other one is not congratulating them from doing great. That's just not the way we roll. You know, we have our motto where if we've got a candle, okay, we make sure that we light at least 10 candles because it's not going to diminish the light from our candle. You dig what I'm saying? It's only going to enhance other people. Other people can grow. And if you light 10 candles, those 10 people should be able to light another 10 candles by themselves. That's 100 candles by you simply lighting 10 candles. So that's just the way, my energy, my ethics, my essence is about. So, people are so short-sighted to see that, if I'm benefiting, everybody is benefiting. So yeah, they call me all different types of names because I've welcomed Tommy Robinson, supposedly a racist person in their eyes. Now again, I don't mind if he's racist. I'm not gonna defend him if he's racist. I'm quite happy to say that this individual is racist. But me myself, I just need evidence to say this person is racist. You lot can be shouting these things like as though this person has done me something. He hasn't ever offended me or called me racist names and so forth and so forth. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to judge a man based upon your thoughts. Okay, I'm going to judge a man based upon the content of his character. I'm going to judge a man based upon his words, deeds, and actions. That's just the way I roll. Okay, so they call me all these names and I'm like, okay, fair enough. I don't really mind. I understand where you're coming from. I understand that you have your own point of view. I understand that, you have an opinion and that's what you think. But then when I see the same individuals, okay, going to other individuals' channels and sitting down with the other side to give an interview and to do exactly the same thing that Sarah did, well, technically speaking, it's not exactly the same thing, but let's just say the act of having an interview with a person, okay, you're doing exactly the same thing. In the terms of, me shaking Tommy Robinson's hand, you're actually spudding Mohammed Hijab and doing all these things. And I'm like, okay, so what is the distinguishing factor between me and you? I don't understand. The only thing that I can say that distinguishes me from you and the only thing that distinguishes me from you is that Tommy Robinson hasn't offended me where Muhammad Hijab has offended you. Tommy Robinson hasn't offended none of my black brothers and sisters at Speaker's Corner that I'm aware of. But yet Muhammad Hijab has offended your brothers and sisters at Speaker's Corner. And it was just quite baffling to see the hypocrisy and the hypocrisy playing out. And what do I mean by the hypocrisy playing out? If any of you guys been onto my channel itself and saw what's it called? It's Muhammad Hijab gives Sarah 3 ultimatums. Gives Sarah 3 ultimatums. You have Brother Aspect right there next to Sarah whilst Muhammad Hijab is talking. Muhammad Hijab said straight out of his mouth, yes, I did threaten Sarah. Huh? Hold on. Muhammad Hijab said, yes, I did threaten Sarah that I will put him into the hospital. Point 1. Yes, I did try to intimidate Sarah. Point 2. How did he try to intimidate Sarah? He literally walked up to Sarah whilst me, Ahmed, and other person was speaking. And he literally picked up he had a bottle of water in his hand and he tried to fake dash it into his face, like right in his face, like right close, like a few inches from his face, using that, not even passive aggressive, that's straight aggressive mannerism. So this individual has tried to intimidate Sarah. He has threatened Sarah. Okay. He's also tried to dominate and control Sarah. How do you say he tried to dominate and control Sarah? He tried to control Sarah by giving him 3 options, which Sarah straight out refused to be controlled and manipulated by him, because Sarah has sense. Yeah, I'm going to give you 3 options. We can either have an MMA battle fight. We can have an MMA fight with 3-ounce gloves, or we can sit down and have dinner, or we can part our ways. This is what we can do. Sarah's like, oh, you take me for a fool. You must take me for a fool, like you have the power over me to give me options. Me, an autonomous human being. Me, a black African sovereign soul. You want to give me options? Oh, who you? You my father? You must be mad. So Sarah already pre-game. No man is giving me options. No man is trying to control me. No man is going to try to dominate the dialogue and conversations that we're having. So, and all this time, this is, Raspect is right there, right next to him, right next to Sarah, right next to Muhammad Hijab, whilst all this is going on. Muhammad Hijab now goes on to speak to Raspect and I believe speak to Gabs and say, you guys should disassociate yourself from Sarah. So you've already seen his tactic where he's trying to cause division. He's already there telling you to disassociate yourself. He's already there trying to do a divide and conquer tactic. So he's done all of that. So, let's just count it off right now. He's tried to intimidate Sarah. He's tried to threaten Sarah. He's tried to control. He's tried to dominate. And he's also tried to cause division amongst the brothers. These are 5 things whilst you were right there with Sarah and Muhammad Hijab. So, it's not that somebody's telling you something and you wasn't there. It's not like you're hearing it on road. It's not like a person is giving you a phone call to say, this is what happened. It's not like it's hearsay. You was there right in the flesh to witness everything that has transpired. And if you think I'm a liar, if you're calling me a liar right now, simply go on to Titans TV and go on to Muhammad Hijab gives Sarah 3 ultimatums. You can find it on other channels as well. So you can see it. I don't need to lie. I told you, anything that I speak about, I make sure I have my receipts. There's evidence upon evidence upon evidence. This is how I roll. I roll like a Hebrew Israelite. I talk about precepts upon precepts upon precepts. Oh, man. So you have all of those things. Those 5 things are just there. Okay. Then you also have Muhammad Hijab literally, again, trying to be divisive. Okay. Respect, he is a Rasta, but he also claims to be a Kemet. He also wears ankhs. He always has ankh rings and I believe an ankh chain and all these different things there. He says, yeah, man, I'm a Kemet too. All of these things here. Now, what did Muhammad Hijab do a few days before Tommy Robinson came down? He talked about Sarah being a black supremacist. He talked about the Kemets being black supremacists. He talked about the Kemets believing that white people are biologically evil. Okay, he made all of these claims here. What was the purpose of him making those claims? The purpose of him making those claims was that everybody would see these claims. White people will see these claims who were coming down And think about how peak that could have been for us as black people at Speaker's Corner, where these white people coming down may view us as black people as being racist and hating white people. That could have caused a problem. So you have all of this going on. You also have, Muhammad Hijab again on his Facebook and his Instagram post talking about coons and house Negroes and trying to get, blacks to call us all different types of names. And it's baffling to me. You've got a Arab man openly being racist to the point that he had to pull down these posts, from his Instagram. He had to pull them down. Some of them got flagged, okay? Some people, if you don't know, the word coon, is a racial slur. The term house Negro is a racial slur, okay? The word Uncle Tom or the term Uncle Tom is another derogatory racial slur. These are all equivalent to saying the N-word. For those of you guys who don't know, some of you guys may be so ignorant that you don't know, to the point, that now they popularize these terms. You have people who are Asians and Arabs openly saying it like it's nothing. Openly saying it like it's nothing. You've seen it on my channel already, where the Egyptian Omar, another racist, clearly calls me a nigger, clearly calls me a house nigger and so forth. You're opening up the floodgates for these people to call us these names and they're not being checked. So you got all of these things, You got all of these things. Yeah? The guy is blatantly being racist. Blatantly. You can't even say yes or no. No, he's blatantly being racist. Okay? It's not even saying like, oh, no, we don't know. Oh, show us where he's No, you've got him blatantly being racist. You also go onto the channel now. Okay, you also go onto the channel and you speak about the racism that you've experienced in Egypt. You said as a tourist, you experience racism in Egypt. You have other Egyptians, black Egyptians, telling you that these pale-skinned Egyptians, are racist, and so forth. You know this. You've seen the Egyptian Omar, the Uncle Omar. We call the racist Egyptian Uncle Omar. You can see that these people are racist. Muhammad Hijab is being racist. You know that it's part of the culture to be racist. If you want to say, oh, white people are racist. So you know that Egyptians are racist then. So all of these things piling up. Okay. So you have a person. Okay. So you've now decided to sit down with a person that you know has literally threatened, intimidated, tried to control, tried to, dominate and manipulate, tried to cause division amongst the brothers, tried to cause, some type of violence amongst, other people coming down, try to actually call us black supremacists, try to slander our names to say that we believe white people are biologically evil. Okay. You've heard him literally call another black man Uncle Tom, and House Negro and all these things here, posting up racial, pictures of a black man being whipped by a white man, okay? All of these things, you've seen the racism, pervading throughout his posts. But you still decide to sit down with him when you quite clearly know he doesn't have any good intentions for you. Okay, you quite clearly know, he wants to divide you guys. You know all of this. It's not even something like somebody's telling you new. You know all of this already, but yet you're calling me a house Negro, Uncle Tom, and sellout for shaking the hands and greeting a person, that has never done anything wrong to none of my brothers at Speaker's Corner. Not one of them. I have not seen Tommy Robinson being racist. If he's racist, I will tell him he's racist straight. But you have another individual that you know has been racist and has done the most amount of madness to black people at Speaker's Corner. But yet you can sit down with him and it's okay. You can get a blind because your name is Respect. It's mad. It's absolutely crazy. And it's hilarious to see that the community is blinded by it. Is absolutely blinded by it. And to the point where, again, I'm like, hold on, this guy is calling us sellouts. But hold on, definition of a sellout is one who betrays a cause for personal advancement. Now, please tell me, which cause did we betray? Which cause did Sarah ever betray? Which cause did Big Bro ever betray? which individual, which black person did any of me, Sarah, or Big Bro betray? Let us know. Let us know. I haven't seen any of us betray, not one of each other. If Sarah's got a problem with me, trust me, Sarah's had plenty of problems with me. Do you know what Sarah does? He says, bro, you know what? Yeah, before anything, yeah, I want to call you, yeah, and tell you this is the issue that I have with you. Like, I'm disappointed in you when you did this. I don't like when you did this. Like, I felt away when you did that. And I'm like, you know what? Sorry, my brother. I'm humbled. You know what? I didn't see it that way. All right, you showed me something new, but the way that I was thinking was this way and that way. That's what we do behind closed doors. But then now another brother comes in, and what does he do? What does he do? If you say that we betrayed someone, technically speaking, because the Muslims don't like Tommy Robinson, we betrayed the Muslims. We don't have any pacts or alliances or allegiance with the Muslims like that. We don't. To be fair with you, we really don't. The Muslims, they openly call us all different types of derogatory words and names and so forth. They've been the worst people at the park towards us. We've got the Christians, we've got the Jews, we've got the atheists, we've got the Hebrews, we've got Chemics, we've got every different types of people, that shows us mad amounts of love. There's never no problems. But there's a certain group, I'm not going to say all Muslims, because it's not all Muslims yet again. It's only a certain group of Muslims that have treated us awfully. So, if we're betraying anybody, we're not betraying anybody, because there's nobody that we've got an alliance or an allegiance with. Who are we betraying at the park? By shaking Tommy Robinson's hand, by seeing him off, by sitting down and have an interview with. I don't see it. I don't get it. But on the other side of things, a sellout is one who betrays a cause for personal advancement. Hold on. The cause of Black unity, the cause of Black solidarity, the cause of Black upliftment. Don't forget, okay, brothers and sisters, Titans TV, okay, is the only UK person and outlet and grouping who's actually been nominated for an international award, the Sarnetta TV Awards. We're representing the whole of the UK. And we need the unity, we need the support, we need the solidarity from the whole community. Once we shine, the whole world shines. Why is that? Because once we get our nominations, once we get our awards, we get to showcase everything to a bigger audience, to a bigger platform from all across the USA. But people aren't seeing that. People will rather, okay, try to bring me down, try to bring Sarah down, try to bring Big Bro down. Now, each of one of us here are doing something in our own fields to highlight the issues that we're going through, to highlight the issues that the community is going through, to bring repute, to bring, how can I put it, awareness to our own community so more individuals can raise up. Look at it right now. Sarah, I believe, is close to or over 100,000 views from that one interview. All of his other interviews that he's done speaking about the things that he's been for and against is now being highlighted. Everything that we've done as a community together, is now being highlighted. But you want to jeopardize that solidarity, that unity, that strong front to go onto somebody else's platform to speak disparagingly about us for your own personal advancement. You're going to say it's not for, no, it's not for respect. It's for the G circle. Fair enough. It's for the G circle to separate the G circle from, everybody else, to let everybody know, G circle is this way inclined and so forth, and to promote the G circle to get the G circle numbers up and to get extra people in. So you wanted to betray, you wanted to, literally SHIT on us so you can bring your thing up, and you're going to call us sellouts. Have you, again, I'm going to say, brothers and sisters, go and check the definition of what a sellout is. And I'm not calling any names and I'm not trying to belittle. I'm just utilizing the same words that they used against us. And I'm just saying, if you really want to be critical, that's what we're trying to raise, critical thinkers. Because once you can think critically, okay, half of the battle is won, because all you need now is the right information to come in, okay? and you can benefit and you can apply that into your life to make yourself grow. So now I'm just baffled because all I'm seeing is a crab in the barrel mentality. What do I mean by crab in the barrel mentality? You see that Sarah is popping right now. You see that Big Bro is popping right now. You see that Titans TV is popping right now. And instead of wanting to work with us, okay, and discuss or even debate these critical things that's going on in the community, you would rather go onto another platform, okay, and actually, you know, climb and clamber over us. And I'm just shocked by it. I'm actually shocked by it. When I saw it, it first came up, I was like, huh? A what? A who? Okay, never mind. Never mind. It should be expected. Okay. Again, I always say, you know, we have our inner circle and we have our outer circle. And our inner circle, we live by code, we live by principles. Okay. And the outer circle, we understand that they're not quite ready yet. They're quite not ready yet. They may have the best intentions at heart, okay, but they're just quite not ready yet. They don't have the ability to have the foresight that the inner circle has. They don't have that ability. And I'm not trying to throw no shade on anybody. I'm just simply saying that the inner circle, we strategize, we are tacticians. We know what we're doing. We plan 5 years in advance, okay? Brothers and sisters, some brothers and sisters, they're just moving ad hoc, moving spontaneous. No, we're planning. We know what we're doing. We have a plan in motion. We know what we're trying to achieve. You dig what I'm saying? We know what certain moves that we're doing here is not because, you know, oh, we're excited and so forth. No, it's not because we're excited. We know what we're willing to sacrifice. We know what we're willing to do to achieve what we need to achieve. We know that we need to become robots, yeah, where we don't have any emotions. We can't feel the sticks and the stones that people are throwing at us. We're not trying to feel that. We're trying our very best, yeah, to resurrect the best inside of us. We're trying our very best to cause this renaissance, this straight African renaissance. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to cause a revolution right now. We're not trying to create or cause a physical revolution where everybody, you know, goes into riots and so forth. Nah, we ain't got time for that. That's the lesser way of thinking. That's the dense way of thinking. People just thinking on the physical body. No, we want to create a renaissance inside of your soul, inside of your minds, inside of your hearts, inside of your emotions. We want to recreate you into a being, into a human being that's supreme. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring out the best in you. And we're not just simply here. Me personally, I'm not simply here for the Black community yet again. As I said, once the Black community rises, okay, what's going to happen then? We've got the rest of the communities that's going to be trying to be in offense and defensive positions and want to bring us down. No, we need to raise other people as well along with us. So if you see white people, Asian people, Arab people, Chinese people, Malaysian people, yeah, that's vibing with us, that's coming onto our platform, we will understand that there is a healing process that needs to take place. Okay, it's not just good that one person is healed and everybody else around them is suffering. It's our duty to make sure that once we are healed, everybody else around us is healed. Otherwise, there's still going to be crime and poverty, okay, that's taking place. And we don't want that in our community. We want everybody around us to rise up and be counted. That's me. I see you guys are going in right now in the comment section. If I said anything that has actually offended you guys, my apologies. But guess what? The truth is going to offend you guys. Is that real?
Well, family. Yeah, brother Ade, shalom to you. Evening to you. Please hold on just 1 second, brother Ade, please. Yeah, mute your mic also, brother Ade, please. Uncle Ade, I should say. Yeah. Oh, Uncle Ade, just mute your mic, please. Yeah, everybody on the panel, please mute your mic when you come in. Because I also just discovered that with the mic unmuted, there's sometimes echo. So take that tip, family. I know you're respectful anyway. But just in case you forget, and now don't forget to unmute your mic when you want to start speaking to us. All right. So family, I'm just gonna say, you know, give a 789 to Titans TV, 789 Titans TV, 789 Titans TV. Brother Callum, we do a 789 so that everything we do stays in our mind. So we do a 789 so it stays in the mind. And you've been dropping basically intellectual, moral, and spiritual bombshells for our family to digest and to use for growth and for life. So I'm saying, family, give Brother Titans TV, Kalam, 789. You know, I have no problem with disagreements. You know, like I was saying to somebody, you know, when I think a little bit, I say people who want to get physical, who want to get violent with somebody who is merely being intellectual, comes across to me like me going down Speaker's Corner and meeting up with Albert Einstein, and then Einstein tells me something, or even what's the other brother's name, the one you know, the one who who's talking about, you know, the laws of natural selection, and what's his name, Darwin. Imagine I met Darwin and Darwin said, yeah, from his research he can see that black people come the bottom of the pile. And I say, you know, Uncle Darwin, you're talking nonsense here. And I say, so Uncle Darwin, because you're talking nonsense, I'm gonna challenge you to 3 rounds of MMA boxing. Does that even sound like, does that sound normal? Does that even sound like does that sound like, you know, I mean, the brother Darwin or Uncle Darwin is an intellectual. Why do I want to challenge him to an MMA match? He's talking intellectually. He may be wrong, he may be right, but he's talking intellectually. So if I'm gonna challenge him, it's got to be intellectual, because that's where I met him. If I meet you in the boxing ring, I can't challenge you intellectually, like, you know, Mike Tyson. Hold on, put your boxing gloves aside. Let's go in the library and see who knows more. That's stupid. You know, you meet Sarah in the corner. If he's spitting in knowledge, whatever you call the knowledge, challenge him with the knowledge. Don't challenge him with boxing gloves and shooting guns and swords and knives. It don't make any sense. We got people who can fight. There's never been a better heavyweight boxer than we. So why you know, why are you going to threaten us with boxing? So anyway, putting it out there, Brother Kalam. Let me mute my mic while I call Brother Kalam again. Brother Kalam, can you hear me?
Shalom, shalom.
Yeah. Guess what the challenge I say, and I'm putting out to brother MMA. Guess what challenge I'm putting out to him?
Let us know. Let us know.
Yeah, I'm saying, you know, brother MMA, come down to Nigeria. We will pay your fare. We'll pay £500 for your fare. You know, you'll be put up in a nice place to live, and everybody would love you. Don't forget, Nigeria itself is full of spiritual people. Half of them, at least, is also Muslim. So they'll put you up, yeah? Then we will arrange a proper MMA boxing with, you know, some of our brothers down there who are looking for exposure. They're looking for exposure in your MMA world. So you could do that as a charity to help them to find their feet. You can help them to find their feet. They don't pretend to be intellectuals. They're just all-out brawlers. They're all-out brawlers. So that would, you know, we could do that. So you can stop talking about, you know, you want to fight somebody in Speaker's Corner, because we don't come Speaker's Corner to fight. Why don't you challenge Usain Bolt to sprinting? Or even call out, you know, Anthony Joshua to come and, you know, go. I'll invite Anthony Joshua. I'll beg him to please take up that challenge to save the black community face. Because the people you're talking to in Speaker's Corner, they're not boxers. Not that we can't fight, but we're not there for that. We're there intellectually. I used to be a football player, professional. If anyone want to challenge me to football when I'm fit, I'll take the offer. But don't challenge me to boxing. That's not my thing. So I can't challenge Brother Sarah to boxing. He's an intellectual. Challenge him to something in your line that you have in common. So, if you want an MMA match, we will arrange it in Nigeria. It's not going to be thuggery. It's going to be, a proper, we're going to set it up properly. There'll be love. There'll be exposure for a young 20-something, coming up. He's going to be like a 6'6" brother, just like you. Yeah. And it's going to be bare knuckles. It's going to be 3 rounds. Yeah. You can bring as many brothers that you want to bring to Nigeria with you. It will be love. We will let you speak. We will let you even talk about Islam. We will let you do it. Well, not that we will let you do it. It's a free country there anyway. But you're going to have to take that challenge with a brother or 2 back in Africa who ready to, get exposure. And after the fight, because you see, when you fight somebody like that, there's no hatred in there. It really is just about the so-called charity that you say. But I know that when you're going to be fighting Brother Sarah, it's full of hatred. How can a charity also be full of hatred? How can charity be full of hatred at the same time? So, deal with your emotions. Deal with your emotions. But don't ever say charity MMA match in Speaker's Corner again. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting this out like just a video by itself. I'll be putting it out on a video like on its own. I'm going to look for a boy down in Nigeria who's going to say, yeah, Uncle Ty, please let this so-called brother come down and fight. And if you think you can't go down there, ask the Omar in England to sponsor him to come here. We will arrange it. So you can keep your mouth shut on that level. Come out to speak intellectually. Deal with intellectuals on an intellectual level. Don't threaten anybody with MMA matches. Tommy Robinson was coming down Speaker's Corner. I don't know the whole details, but you as a peaceful Muslim, you shouldn't still be talking in the same vein about an MMA match. You were talking about the MMA match again. It's a scandal on Islam. It's a scandal on Islam. Let me see if Brother Kazan, are you there, please?
Yes, sir, Brother Tom here.
Okay, let me give Brother Kalam just a little notice of what I'm still expecting from him, so that by the time you finish talking, if he still has time, he can do that for us. Brother Kalam, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Brother Kalam, please stay as long as you want. I'm dedicating this show to you just having the ground, please. I really need it. I really need it because I want people to understand who I am. And I always like somebody to speak for me if they love me and they care for what I'm talking about. When I do it myself, people think it's because I got one agenda. Like, yeah, look, I don't need agendas. I could be back in Nigeria eating eba and amala. I could. Yeah, I could. I grew up like that. I grew up with nothing. My father had money, but I still grew up with nothing because that's how my creator wanted my path to be. So I'm comfortable. I can go back home, just eat my eba and amala. I don't need stardom. I've had stardom. I've had everything you could think of. That's not my driving force. My driving force is what I'm doing right now. That's why I'm not bothered about, all these people thinking. No, that's not my thing. So, but Brother Kalam, we just want to get Brother Kazan in to bring in us perspective from the States and some wisdom. And when you will come back in, please, if you can, and if you still have the time, and if you think we can do some even 1/4 justice of it or 1/3 justice of it right now, because we've got you here, and I believe, like I feel, the family don't want you to leave right now. I believe so. I know nobody wants Brother Kalam to leave right now. So so we want Brother Kalam to come back in, please, and then please, Brother Kalam, I'm thinking, how can us as a community, even as a community in London, England, UK, Europe, blah, 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 who are in the public eye, we're in the public international eye right now, including governmental areas. We're in everywhere, family, that you cannot think of. They're watching us like they're watching TV right now. We are the biggest what do you call it right now? We're the biggest Hollywood blockbuster movie right now. We're only second to Black Panther right now. Family, we're only second to Black Panther right now. You understand? So I want Brother Kalam to come back in after Brother Kazan comes in. Yeah, after Brother Kazan comes in, I want Brother Kalam to come back in to please, even now, tell us how we can move forward as a community, because he mentioned principles and codes, how we need to deal on the inside and on the outside and on the perimeter. I would like him to come in and just give us, depending on however he wants to do it, I would like him to give a tiny lecture, a medium lecture, a long lecture on how we should move forward. Because I don't want to be like, Brother Tai is talking, Raspek said something. He said, you're not God. You're not the Most High, Brother Tai. Well, if I'm not the Most High, then who is? Since the Most High himself said, you must love your neighbor. That's the second greatest law. Love your creator, then love your neighbor. Because your neighbor is made in my image. I made you and your neighbor in my image. That's one of the things Brother Kalam's been trying to point out to Muslims, but they don't like that understanding. Why would they? Because they don't want to treat people like they would need to treat. Imagine if every Muslim had to treat a human being the same way they want to treat their creator. Would they want to disrespect you? No. Would they want to blaspheme a human? No. Would they want to, oppress you? No. Would they want to cheat you? No. Would they want to call you names? No. But once you remove from that perimeter of saying no, man and the Most High are different, it gives you a license to maltreat the man. It gives you the license to maltreat a man. Because our Creator said, love each other, love each other. It's the same thing he said about himself. He said, love me. He didn't say love me extra and love your neighbor a little lower. He said, love yourselves like you love your Creator. It's in the books. That's life. That's life. That's life. That's life, family. So, when Brother Kalam comes back after Brother Kazan is introduced, Brother Kalam, please, I want you to, to do a little lecture or whatever, presentation verbally, whatever, to share with the family and all those who are coming in to say, okay, let's hear what the whole hurrah is about. Teach a little bit about, what principles should guide us forward. If nothing else, how should human to human relate? Can you hear me, Brother Kalam?
Definitely, I can hear you.
Okay. So should we give the ground to Brother Kazan for a little bit to introduce, support you and represent our families on the other side of the water, yeah? And then you come back in and do that for us, yeah?
No problem.
Okay. Okay. Bless again, Brother Kalam. Just hold for us. Brother Kazan, are you still there?
I am.
Please go ahead with whatever you might be able to contribute to this thing right now, please, Brother Kazan. I hope you've caught some of the sorry, I'm gonna mute my mic in a minute. I hope you've caught some of the the controversies around black people supporting a white EDL member. Is he racist? Is he not racist? Black people trying to now go to the other camp who have actually been racist on us. The other camp, the IDL, have actually been racist on us for the last year, and we could pull out evidence after evidence after evidence after evidence. If they've been like that to us, and Tommy Robinson hasn't. Yeah, Tommy Robinson has had a punch up with somebody in the street, but that wasn't about racism. That was about, somebody getting in his face. I wouldn't do that if I was the black brother. I would not, start moving after somebody. I wouldn't. It's not important. I would not. I don't think that Tommy went there to be racist. He may have gone there to prove a point, i.e., but go to Poland right now. The Polish are not racist, but they just want their country back. Even if the Scottish went to Poland right now and they're both white, the Poles will be like, no, 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 no. You guys are getting ready to kick us out of the UK. Family, you always got to see more than just skin color all the time. It's not just only skin color. We're not denying the racist history. We're not denying none of that. We're not denying that we live in a institutionally racist society. We're not denying that. We're not denying none of that. But let's not be emotional and let some other people take advantage of us. And then let's drop into the mix. Let's drop into the mix. Let's invite Muhammad MMA. Let's invite him to come and speak on our channels. Like on Titans TV or on Sarah's TV or this channel. Let him come and speak and give condemnation for the Islamic slavery that's going on right there in Islam world right now. Let him come and do that. That's the only way we're gonna know that he actually ain't racist and he actually feels our pain and he actually loves us. Baba Kazan, please, what would you say, please?
Okay, thank you. First I want to say greetings, salam alaikum, shalom, kamasta, to all the family. Just kind of just piggybacking a little bit off of the conversation, which I did listen to the video and watch the video the other night, as well as the continuing conversation here on this one. But I just wanted to touch on something already early mentioned here in the States. The young Pharaoh. I think Brother Kalam is affiliated with the Sinetta TV, which I asked Sinetta maybe a week ago, maybe 9 days ago, somewhere around 7 to 9 days ago, in his call-in show, and it kind of fits right into this subject. I'm not too for sure if I'm 45. I'm not too for sure if I'm an elder or not, but I did mention to Sinetta, based off of another younger brother that had called in, and he was a little bit confused, and I quickly realized that in this study, in this search for knowledge to put us into a position to act off of wisdom, the brother, and we're not making it clear to the younger generation. Remember, we have some sort of a freedom of speech, but we know it all has limits to it at the same time. Then here in the States, we have the same thing is in Article 1 of the Constitution, the freedom of speech, and it was put there for a particular people at a particular time that didn't have anything to do with those so-called people, that black people, or in this country, the Africans or African Americans. It did not actually sink to them. However, the young man called in to Sinetta and he hung up, and then I called in and I said to Sinetta, I said, brother, listen, we need to figure out a way to articulate to the younger generation, when is it okay for them to talk to a European, communicate with a European, learn from the European, being steadfast with the European, and when is it not? I don't think we're making enough, spending a lot of time, to make it clear. Now, as an historian, which that is what I mean. I don't know. I might stop at my bachelor's and then continue on into law for my master's, or I may just do the master's in history. It all depends. But my position is this: we definitely need to figure out a way, because I mean, if it depends on who you're having a scholastic conversation with. I could talk Ku Klux Klan, racism, the shooting of unarmed black men, and just hang my hanger on that and let that be the overall topic. I can also come back in the next breath and remind the younger generation that when Harriet Tubman was leading people from the southern states on up into the northern states as far as Canada, that there were Europeans that helped her. She did not have GPS. I'm not picking or knocking the sister, but I just do not think the sister took a picture and put her proposition down on a piece of paper and stuck it in people's mailbox. So there was some type of way, some type of energy other than from other free blacks that had to assist in her getting the people from that wanted to leave out of the southern bondage slavery into the northern states. So it's a splitting hair conversation. Now, again, I also want to beg of the people on the other I'm sorry, on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. I want to beg for y'all's patience. You have to understand something here, and I'm not too for sure if it happened over there. We had 200, right at about 240, 260 years, where here in North America, it was so severe that a European male would take the life of another European male if he was caught teaching an African American how to read or write. Now, that may seem like that's nothing. It may seem like it's something that we could kind of sweep under the rug, but it is very, very serious in understanding as far as I think that's Brother Ty, I think that's your mic thing. Okay, yeah, I think that's your mic thing.
Brother Cousin, can you hear me? Is it better now?
Yes. Okay, yeah, it's much better.
All right, sorry about that.
No problem, my friend. So anyway, that 260, 240, 260 years of us being on the books. It was on the books now, meaning it was a law. It was enacted that it was against the law for an African American, slave, Negro, black, colored, minority, mulatto, whatever else you could think of, to be able to read and write. And again, that may seem like that doesn't have much to do with it being now 2018, but I just want to remind people, I mean, I'll use my own grandmother. My grandmother was born in 1914. She died in 2014, and she spoke with a good mind at least up to at least 98 before she actually started repeating herself. And that 100-year-old lady could easily tell me not only about her mother, but her grandmother and grandfather, as I am now telling you about my grandmother. With that being said, my point is that wasn't that long ago is the point that I'm trying to make. And that little period from going from no knowledge, especially for the brothers and the sisters in the South, for them not having that information, for it being against the law, matter of fact, it could cost or have their life taken. It was out of the dynamics. And now we're today in 2018, there's an overwhelming amount of information that's dropping out of the cyber heavens into people's phones, their laptops, their notebooks, their flat screens, and all the other different little jiggy things they have out on the market today for them. And we're only talking about the ones that have a little bit of interest. Most of our people are making it from, day to day, and communicating with Europeans is not that big of a deal. They know to stay in their place. They know to lower their head. We know that there are going to be, we know when the cops kill an unarmed black man, we know that he's not going to jail. There's no harm done. The reason why that is where I come in and try to show, my people a little bit of the dynamics that agreeing to something that you are not. And again, I don't want to get all into the into the scholastic arguments that are out there as far as who should be called by what name. But I will stand on this position. Agreeing to be something that you are not in this country. And then not only that, you have the nerve to actually lynch on to a couple of those names and say, yeah, I am that. I am that. The things that they have on the books that they do not teach in elementary, grammar, high school, or your first 2-3 years of college. If you go to as far as 4 years, you may not get this. But the things that they have on the books for such people is breathtaking. So again, kind of into the conversation, and I'll get ready to come to a pause and let Brother Kalam come back in and let you guys continue on that healing period that y'all are trying to put together, and it's a good thing. You know, our people, you have to understand, some of our people are addicted to chaos. If there's no chaos, there's no fun, there's no attention. You know, we can look at the videos that are on YouTube, the ones that are the big beefing and somebody's clowning on somebody and trying to tear down another brother and whatnot, to the point they're talking about gunplay and you better not come to my city. Well, yeah, that thing might get 10, 20, 30,000 views versus Brother Kalam or Brother Ty coming on saying, hey, listen, you know, here's a way, here's a plan, you know, bump all the talking. Here's something that we can do that's tangible, that we can see the effects immediately. Well, they'll go past that all day long because, you know, we have that little thing where we're addicted to chaos. In other words, at the moment somebody else is beefing, we're kind of glad to watch it in one breath and kind of glad that we're not in the beef in the other breath. That kind of keeps us steadfast at the moment. And I'll stop right there, Brother Ty, and let Brother Kalam come on back in and let y'all get back to y'all's healing period there.
Right, Brother Kazan, thank you a lot. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know I don't like you stopping when you start talking, right? You know I don't. So please, if you feel the need, because I like conversation and stuff like it to be spontaneous. I don't want to lose any knowledge, wisdom, or tips or things like that, you know. And I want people to learn from you, and learn from Brother Kalam, you know, and learn from all our family. Look, family. Why Brother Ty gets upset sometimes when the youth disrespect their elders is because they don't understand. And I'm not trying to blame them anymore. I'm just all about bringing our families back together. Those who don't know me don't know the kind of work I do. You know, I may not be, you know, the most able person to do the work I want to do, but my spirit does, my physical does what I can do. I've done the same work all my life, from Africa into the desert, into Arabia, of just trying to lead our people. I don't want to lead for the ego's sake. I want to lead because I see a vacuum there. I see a vacuum. I'm like, you know, I've got a bit of a gift to lead. So, hey, do it. I'm not leading because I'm the smartest or the strongest or the whatever. No, I'm leading because there's nobody else. So, you know, if you can lead, step up to it. So our families who are going against their elders don't understand that we are one tree. TREE. We are one tree, and we are like branches on the one tree, and leaves on the one tree, and fruits and seeds on the one tree. When any of us disrespect one person on that tree, you disrespect the whole tree. So I want Brother Kalam to now take it up for us by, please, you know, if you can, because when I reached out to you and all the other brothers, I want us to come to a kind of thing like we say. I don't want to stop nobody doing whatever they want to do. If they think that's the way forward, yeah, let them go for it. If they want to consult with some other brother, other sister, other auntie who are older than us, who can, you know, fine. But we mustn't start doing things that makes us become slaves to our enemies. We mustn't. Now, Uncle Farrakhan will sit down with George Bush. Does that mean he's selling out his own people? No, he's bargaining for his own people. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made. You lot who are emotional, you have to understand that sacrifices have to be made sometimes. There's a difference between selling out and and reaching what do you call it now? And reaching a kind of like amicable, tolerable sacrifice, because it's part of our existence. It's part of our existence. China, not everybody in China is feeling all right. But China is solid. They're strong. Any Chinese person knows from a childhood that their nation comes first. And they're ready to sacrifice for their nation. They're ready. They are ready for their nation. Nation. So when we go out there, we're not trying to stop one another from doing what we need to do. But you always got to think, how does what I'm doing feed into the wellness of my nation? Me sitting down with somebody who's been slandering my own brothers and community and nation and prophets and history, religion and everything, and still wants to engage us physically. If I want to sit down with him, I need to control the narrative. I need to have some, serious control of the narrative. Number one, am I on the level to do that? Shouldn't I let somebody who's on the level do that? Somebody with more experience? Okay, even if I think I've got experience, shouldn't I consult somebody first before I fall into a trap? I mean, what's the point of living the EDL and running into the hands of the IDL? What's the point? So, I want Brother Kalam right now, please, to maybe give us some tips how to move forward. Because that's all I wanted. That's why I call Respect. That's why I called Brother Kalam, Sarah, Big Bro, Raven, Brother Gary, any brother out there. Sorry if I mentioned your names. There's a lot of brothers that I know. There's a lot of brothers I know. Elders. I know the young. I know a lot of them. We're not, we're not rolling like trying to abuse anybody. I've got an elder who saw me stuck down London the other time, and he said, Brother Ty, I can drive you up to Coventry. That's an elder. It's an elder. I'll drive you up to Coventry. I'm like, you'll do what? You do what? Drive me up to Coventry? That's far. He said, of course. I have to do it for you. Why we want to disrespect each other? Why? So anyway, I want Brother Kalam to, go in, please. The floor is yours, Brother Kalam. And before we go there, family, if you ain't been on Kalam TV, if your device allows you to be there, subscribe, share, like, donate, do all of those live things for the channel. Do all of those live things for the channel and follow what he has to do. I don't absolutely agree with everything, but we have more to agree on for now. It's enough for us to go forward. So I want him, to drop what he can right now as the other elder brothers will come in. I know Brother Ade is still sitting in the wings waiting for us. I want Respect to come. I want Jedi to come. Invite them. I want, any brother who thinks Brother Ty is talking nuts, I want them to come, but be respectful. Be like, we've been talking for what, 2 hours, 3 hours. You hear any profanity? Hear any profanity, any vulgarism? That's what we expect. You can disagree all day, but we don't need to have those things. So, Brother Kyle, I'm sorry. I know I keep going on. That's a fault I have, but please go in. How can our community move forward? Even the community in Speaker's Corner, that the whole world is looking into us. I gave a little name to our community. I called it BC3. I'm gonna write it in the thing there. BC3. Bravo Charlie number 3. And it's Black Community Cohesion Code. Black Community Cohesion Code. How are we supposed to have cohesion in our community if we don't have code? So let me write that in there. So Brother Kalam, if you don't hear me well, you at least you hear, you see what I'm writing. So it's black community, yeah. You can give it any other name you want, Brother Kalam, please, yeah. Don't feel bound by this. Black community cohesion code, all right. And it's just BC3, BC3, right? So family, give that a 789, and we'll give the floor to Brother Kalam. How can we move forward, Brother Kalam? How can we stop the, so-called infighting and heal ourselves? How should we do it? Not just the sentiments. How should we do it? And then we want to vote on that if it's righteousness. The floor over to you, Brother Kalam, please.
Definitely. Thank you, Elder. Thank you. Just like every family and every organization out there, there's always going to be fights. There's always going to be conflicts. There's always going to be disagreements, but what really makes a very good family, what makes a very good organization and culture is our ability to, overcome those problems. And what I would suggest is going through a process of conflict resolution. Okay. Process of conflict resolution. And in doing conflict resolution, we need to, as a community, we need to set up institutes. We literally need to set up institutes for this. And I'm pretty sure, Ty knows within inside of his culture, if there is a problem, if there's a disagreement, you usually go to a council of elders. You usually either go to the parents, you usually either go to your aunties or your uncles or other, prestige members within inside of the community that can actually mediate the problems between, child and parent, between, families, between, husband and wife and so forth. We have these institutes set up within inside of our culture already. We simply need to bring this into the mainstream community that we do have. Okay, so if there's a problem, we should have these institutes where we go to these elders, we go to these individuals that are wise enough, go to these individuals that have discernment, go to these individuals that are good at problem solving, are good at being empathetic, are good at being active listeners, and do have emotional intelligence. Okay. Once we do that, we lay out the problems or try to identify the problems and come up with a solution that both party is happy with. So that definitely is one thing that we can or should actually do. We also have something else within inside of my personal tradition as well, where if there's two brothers that are at odds with each other, they can't enter into any meetings. They can't enter into any family dialogues with the rest of the community until those two brothers have sort out their issue. It's impossible. We have something else that it says, husband and wife, if there's a problem, if there is an issue, if one person is upset, it's best not to actually go to sleep whilst being angry or upset. You dig what I'm saying? It's best for us to actually solve the problem before we go to sleep. We shouldn't be going to sleep being angry and upset with our brothers, our sisters, our aunties, our uncles, our mothers, our fathers, our spouses. We should not allow that to happen. So already within inside of us, we should have this code already set up. So that's one thing as well. So that's two little, solutions that I would offer up. Let's see, the third solution I would offer up is this. If something like this happens in public, where we do have a public disagreement, it's an excellent opportunity. Like for me, anything that I do and it's public, and I think that my community can actually benefit from, I make that into something that could be educative. Okay, so we can actually show the the public of how grown individuals or how leaders inside of the community or role models inside of the community actually solve the problem. Okay, how do they solve the problem? It allows the the gang communities as well to see if one gang member and a second gang member has an issue. You don't just take to the streets, you don't take to warring, you don't take to fighting, you don't do those things. Okay, That is what the enemy wants you to do. That is what ignorance wants you to do. That is what unfounded emotions wants you to do. That's what irrationality wants you to do. The best thing to do is come together, okay? If there needs to be a mediator between the two, lay out the problems, see who is actually at fault. Is there shared faults? What can we do to solve the problem? Can each one give a solution in order to solve the problem? Can we negotiate, the problem? Can we share our emotions to say, this made me upset, this made me angry, this made me not to trust you, whatever it is, identify it so the other person knows, and you both can work it out and come through and be successful at the end of it. So that's the third thing that I would actually propose. And the fourth thing I would also propose is also, my brother Respect actually made mention of this before, is for us to constantly always keep the mission, the mission to heart, the mission, the vision. Yeah, we need to have that at the forefront of our minds constantly. Constantly. And that's why for me, I always say, I'm a robot when it comes to all of this. I'm a robot when it comes to the betterment of my people. Okay. And when I say my people, I'm talking about those people who are genetically closest to me. And I'm also talking about those people who are ideologically or philosophically or ethically or morally closest to me. And that actually transcends, my genetics, i.e. my family members. In terms of physical family members, it transcends that. So as long as you are part of my tribe, okay, you're part of my community, we should be working together to better each other and to better the world. So if that is at the forefront of your mind, okay, and I've also made mention of this, which Ty made mention of it earlier on as well, is that, I personally view everybody as living, walking, talking representative of the highest principle possible, i.e. God. So how can I offend you? How can I want to belittle you? How can I want to disparage you? How can I want to denigrate you unjustly? And I'm going to prefix that unjustly, because we can bring down each other if it's for a just cause. Okay. So if one of our brothers and sisters are doing something in the community and we have spoken to them behind closed doors and the problem still persists, and the only way is necessary for it to, them to stop what they're doing is for it to come out publicly, or it is to go to external forces as well. Yeah, that's possible, but that's what we call judgment. That's called justice. That's called judgment and justice. We can have mercy within inside of ourselves, okay, inside of our community. But if our community members transgress the bounds of mercy, then of course justice needs to reign. It needs to. It's just facts. So yeah, those are my four things that I would actually offer as an offering to the community right now, as how we can actually come together, solve our problems, i.e. through number one, I stated we can, on a personal level or community level, we can come together and try to solve the problem. We can, number two, have institutions put in place where the elders, those who are wise enough to actually mediate the problem, we should have that in place. The third thing I also made mention of was, if something like this happens in the public, it's an excellent opportunity to actually educate the public on how we can publicly resolve the issue and be productive as well. And the fourth thing is to make sure that we always have the mission, we always have our principles in mind and in heart on a day-to-day basis. So no matter what type of problems or issues arise, we stay numb to it, we stay cold to it. We should be walking, talking robots, because we know we're trying to serve God. And I'm talking about the highest principle. When I say God, I'm talking about the highest principle. And the highest principle is truth, justice, righteousness. It's love itself. We should be working on that level, the highest principle. And if we know that every single one of us are the embodiment of God, oh man, we should be there day in, day out, trying to serve one another to make sure that we reach our highest ideal, we reach our goals. We should be striving day to day. We have a philosophy called the win-win philosophy. If I help as many people get to where they need to get to, okay, I will get to where I need to get to. So it's always about showing that love, sharing that love, and making sure you help your family members out as much as possible. If we keep that at the forefront of our minds, we can never go wrong. We can never have disagreements that are so wide and so big that we can't overcome. So those are the 4 things I would offer into the community. Uncle, I'm going to say this though. I'm tired right now. It's almost 3 o'clock and I've got an early start. Tomorrow or right now is the Shabbat. Okay, it's the Shabbat right now. And I've got to, look after the family. So I can't even spend much time here.
Right. Okay.
I apologize. I have to go
Yeah.
very shortly.
Yeah. Great.